everybody, and thank you for being here this morning. I hope you are set up with your coffee. I love my iced coffee, with your crafting supplies in front of you, and just ready to have a good time. If you are watching us on Facebook, good morning. Thank you for being here. I hope you are subscribed to our channel, and obviously, hopefully you are, because you're here. Also, a reminder that we do have a fabulous YouTube channel, and you could find that at Stampin' Scrapbook Expo at home on our YouTube. So we would love if you subscribed, and then there's a bell. If you would click that bell, and that would alert you to every time we put a new video up, and it's so fun. I know I don't know if you guys are like me, but I love YouTube. I love watching all of the crafty videos, and when I'm crafting, I do really enjoy watching crafting on screen while I'm crafting. I don't know, that's just something that is always going on while I'm crafting. So I hope that you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is always a lot of fun and informative, and there's always new things to learn and watch, and so that's awesome. Also on Instagram, you could find us at Scrapbook Expo, and that, I think that is so fun if you do subscribe or hit the Instagram and follow us, because it would be so neat to see some of the projects that you're working on if you hashtagged Scrapbook Expo, or some of the pictures that you took at any of our shows. We would just love to connect with you in that way. So those are some options there. I just wanted to say and start off by saying that I loved seeing you at the Ontario Scrapbook Expo show. It had been a while, right? That we were in person together. And so many of you came and stopped by and said hello, and I loved hearing all of your stories and taking pictures of you, and I truly appreciate the cards that you made for me, the projects, the little gifts. They were the kindest gesture. I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to take a whole photo shoot with each of you, because if you follow me on any of my social medias, I post a lot of pictures of those types of things, but I was really busy, so if I didn't get a chance to talk to you as much as I wanted, let's connect through Instagram. I'm at Vickyville_. On YouTube, I have a YouTube channel called Vickyville, and also on my Facebook, which is Victoria Valenciana Johnston. And I would love to talk with you, and let's connect, because that would be so much fun. But I'm telling you, it was just so beautiful to see all of you in person, and oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of some names off the top of my head, like Alice and Linda and Gabriella and Sandy, and oh my goodness, I took so many pictures, and if I wanted to tag so many of you, but I wasn't sure, I couldn't remember, I know you by face, but by name I can't. So if you go to my Facebook, I probably did take a picture with you, hopefully. And then it was funny, because we were able to meet one of our viewers, and these are all viewers that have watched every one of our shop at homes, every one of our Mega Make and Takes, all of our crop at homes, and it was just like, oh my goodness, hello in person. I know your name because I ship things out to you, but it was so amazing. I know Sean and I were like, Adele, Adele watches all of our broadcasts, so it was so neat to connect with her in person. So Adele, if you're watching, hi! But we truly do appreciate all of your support through this whole time, and we're so looking forward to meeting so many of you across the country in person at our shows. So that is just amazing. Let us know in the comments below if you were at Ontario, or if you were in Chicago, or what other shows, Mesa, Arizona. Just hi, good morning. Dave and Sean are not with us here right now today, but they are with us in person, and I'm sure they're watching online. So let's give Dave and Sean a big hello. I love them. Last month I had my pumpkin, and I was like, hey, here's Dave and Sean, and I was gonna bring my two little, I have scarecrows. I've already decorated my house for Thanksgiving because my family will be coming to my house. So I wish I could decorate for Christmas. How many of you guys have already decorated for Christmas? I'm probably gonna leave Christmas all the way up until February so I can enjoy it as much as I can. But right now it looks so pretty. If you follow me on Instagram, I did post a lot of pictures of it. I love decorating, you guys. How many of you enjoy decorating? Leave it in the comments below. Do you decorate for Thanksgiving or do you decorate for Christmas? I think if I didn't have my family coming over for Thanksgiving, I probably would just go straight into Christmas, but I love all the holidays, so I think that's a lot of fun anyways. So yeah, I'm all ready for Thanksgiving. As you can see behind me, this is some of the Thanksgiving goodies that I have just here for filming, but I just love everything to do with Thanksgiving. I'm just so grateful for this time of the year. I know it's starting to well, I live in Southern California, so I'm looking out and it's sunny, but sometimes, you know, it's been a little bit, and then with the time change, it's the weather. You could put on your sweater, you could drink your hot cocoa and everything pumpkin. How many of you enjoy that time of the year? I know that I have these little faux leaves here. You don't really get this that much in Southern California. I'm sure if you're back east this morning, you probably see all the beautiful colors changing in the leaves, and oh, it's probably smells so good out where you are. So I am with you in spirit. Just really quick, I wanted to kind of share, since we're all crafters here, I wanted to share with you some things that I've been crafting, and I hope that that's interesting. I have my little fall paper keeper here that Scrapbook Expo, that was in their fall mega from, I love these paper keepers. Paper keepers. I think some of them are still online. They're just so easy to carry and hold some of your product in, and it's just easy to keep it organized. But first off, I love making Happy Mail, and I love swapping with people. So if you ever want to swap, just hit me up and let's talk. DM me. But I made this little, I have a swap going with a friend, and she's already sent me the swap, so I have to get on this, but I wanted to share it with you. So if she's watching, don't pay attention. But this is a little rosette I made for her, and it has that little cute little turkey. I love it. And yeah, just a lot of fun, you know, just swapping. You could either give like an assignment where it's you know, it's specific things, or you could just make it whatever, and that's kind of what we did. I also made her a pocket letter, and that's just fun to showcase some of your paper. I use the same little turkey there. I love making like little sequin pockets, and then on the back I haven't finished it, but I'm gonna add little goodies, and then you always write a little personal note, and it's just real, like, it's just fun to swap with people. And that's my little Stamp Annie thing, a little stamp that was in one of the mega boxes. I love her, so that's another thing I made. I have this little 8x8 layout using the Scrappy Boys fall y'all stamp set. I think that's so cute. And so these are all going to be going to my friend. I made these little homemade bows, and I love, you guys, I'm obsessed with making bows. You know, you could use any paper that goes with your theme, and I add bows to everything, so it's so much fun. And then I just made these 2 little memory decks cards using the Scrappy Boy fall. Here's my paper keeper. I love that one. I also wanted to share one of my favorite things right now, and this is kind of like a Christmas gift to myself. How many of you guys are obsessed with the Pioneer Woman as much as I am? I love her. Oh my goodness, I love everything she does. Her daughter got married, but this is her newest cookbook, and it's called Super Easy. And if you know me, and I like cooking that is super easy, so this was one of my favorite little things of this month that I bought for myself. And so I am looking forward to the next vendors that are coming up, because I am going to be excited to also shop for myself for Christmas, or give my husband and my kids a Christmas list. So let's go ahead and enjoy the next segments filled with awesome projects that I can't wait to shop with. So thank you guys for being here, and let's go ahead and get into the next vendor. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Tanya from Riley & Company. Thanks for joining me today. I have got some really fun stuff to show you, including the debut of our 2021 gingerbread house kit. It is so much fun. And one lucky winner that comments, start your commenting now. We will randomly draw one lucky person at the end of the live presentation, the first time out only. One lucky winner is going to win a free gingerbread house kit. So let's get started, and I will show you how awesome these are. Hang on. Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful they are. Yes. This is our new gingerbread kit, everybody. How fun is that? Now, let me show you. I'll just show you some samples. Actually, I'll show you what's in it first. Okay, all of these pieces come in the kit. They come unpainted. So you and your friends, or you and your grandkids, or your nieces and your nephews, or maybe your husband, and maybe just yourself, can sit around and paint these kits any color you choose. Maybe you don't even want to paint them. So check this out. It comes with the back with all the lines of where you can paint. I normally use paint pens, Poscas, for these, but there's lots of different paint pens out there. It comes with candy to put on it, all the trim around the edges, the snow, and of course, the 2021. So look at these samples. Now this might be my favorite actually. It's just vintagey, and there's no painting to it except the snow, which I painted white, and the edges, which these have all been laser cut by me with love. So I make all of these myself. And the edging where it laser cuts is of course burnt, because that's what a laser cut does. It brings up the white and it turns it kind of dirty if you add crystal lacquer. It makes it into, not dirty, but a soft brown, right? I love this look. I just love it. So there is I call it vintage. Look, but wait. If you don't put crystal lacquer on it, it'll be just nice and pretty and white. Now I did fill all the little cavities with crystal lacquer so it would look like glass. I hope you can see that. Sometimes you can only see it if the light really gets to it. That one was with a darker brown on the back. So I wanted to show you that little gingerbread look with red columns and white and yellow windows. But look at this. It's a lighter background with blue and purples. Oh, they're adorable, aren't they? And then you and yours can sign the back, and whoever you made it with, it'd be such a great gift for mom and dad, or teachers, or whatever. So that is the gingerbread kit, and gingerbread house kit, sorry. And one lucky winner is going to win a kit. And these are also available at a very low price points on our website. So with that said, I thought that we would tackle one of the cards from our newest kit today as well. Okay, this is our new craft along kits, and it has 3 adorable little Christmas cards. Look at poor Felix. He's going to get nailed. So that's in there. And of course, with our kits, they're all pre-cuts, right? Pre-stamped. So you don't have anything. There's no stamps included. We just stamp everything for you and cut it out. So if you want to buy the stamps later, you can. If not, you have them in your kit. You can make one. This is with our adorable new ugly sweater sets, our dress-up sets. And this is the card we're going to make today. I'm going to set it aside. And then, of course, it's 5 o'clock in the North Pole. And the kit also comes with this absolutely stunning Let's Lumberjack 6x6 paper pad from Echo Park. I love this. It's got the red plaid that's so hot and got little moose papers. This is what the kit looks like when you get it, of course. And when you open it up, everything inside is separated out for you. Okay. It comes with instructions for each card. And then they're separated out into pockets with the photograph. So all you really have to do is grab your glue and follow along. Okay. So we have that. And there's just a handful of these left, folks. So if you need to get some Christmas cards made, grab it quick. All right. You guys still commenting? One lucky winner's going to win one of these. Okay. Now I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to set this aside. And I thought before we get started, I would show you all the wonderful things that Riley has to make Christmas cards with, holiday cards with. Okay, we have lots of dress-up sets, and we have lots of regular Riley, and of course we have a lot of funny bones. So I will show you real quick, and then I'll show you some awesome samples, and then we will get to making the card. Now, if you're wondering what the special is, you're going to love it, because any order over $75 gets a free ornament kit. A freebie, completely free. So if you win and you put in an order over 75, you got 2 freebies, right? What a great thing to do. Any order over $75, you get a free shipping and a free gingerbread kit. Oh, one thing before we get started, I wanted to show you one other Christmas kit that we have that is not stamp related. And everybody out there is going, what is she doing this for? It's not stamps. I have a Glowforge, and I just go crazy, and I love to use it. So I thought I'd bring you kits. This is Santa's Magic Key. It is the answer to, we do not have a chimney, so how in the world does Santa get in our house? Right there. You put this little key out on the front door, and it's a key to get in the house. Comes unpainted. Another absolutely fun thing to do with little ones. Okay. Now, for our dress up, we have some really fun stuff. For those of you that don't know what dress up is, it is accessory. Think paper dolls. Okay. So you have a basic little moose. We also have a cow. I'm pulling these out of my stash here. We also have a raccoon, and we have an adorable giraffe that I don't have a sample of hanging around. So there are 4 different ones, and all of the dress-up sets match them. So we have a Christmas set that has Santa and Mrs. Claus and a reindeer and an elf. We have a winter set that has an adorable little skirt and ice skates and mittens and skis. We have a beautiful Santa's Workshop set. I love this. I love the North Pole little sleep sets. Now, you're going to be thinking, now why in the world did she put a beach set in here? Because I know there's folks out there from California and Nevada and Arizona. You guys have palm trees. Put Christmas lights in your palm trees. How fun is that, right? Put a little Santa and Christmas lights in your palm trees. Here's another little winter set we have that has a snowboard with it. This is absolutely one of my faves. This is my gingerbread kit. I love it. I don't know what it is about gingerbread, but I'm just crazy about gingerbread. We have a snow globe, and you will notice these trees. I use these trees all year long on everything. I love these little trees. And finally, our newest set, which is our ugly Christmas sweater set. We even have in our Mushroom Lane line, we even have a little snow house. We actually have 2 little Mushroom Lanes that are winter sets. In the Riley parts, we have lots and lots of Christmas and winter in the Riley. Stocking Sophie, we have little snowman Riley. We have him snow skiing and snowboarding. And here he's making a little snow angel. shoveling snow, a little snow globe, even Mrs. Claus. This is just a handful that I grabbed just to show you that there's all kinds of different stuff. Now, of course, folks, we have the funny bones, and we do have a lot of fun things. The nice list is overrated anyway. Dear Santa, wine. That is all. Establish dominance by putting glitter in Christmas cards. I believe in Santa Paws. The Grinch is my spirit animal. I'm going pretty quickly because I have some cards that I want to show you. And I'm pretty sure you guys can read these unless you're listening and not watching, which is naughty is the new nice. Then I'll read them off. It's all fun and games till Santa checks the naughty list. Is it too late to be good? Headed for the naughty list. Merry everything and a happy always. This is one of our biggest sellers. Every Christmas. Here's your 5 o'clock at the North Pole. Some more Grinch sayings. Another favorite of mine, Jingle All the Way, because nobody likes a half-assed jingler. Sweet but Twisted. Dear Santa. Another funny one, Santa has to be a man. No woman would wear the same outfit year after year. True, right? So let me just give you a few samples, and then we'll get started on our card. This is Santa's Workshop. For those of you that love slimlines, and I love slimlines, they are perfect for our dress up. You can do all kinds of fun stuff and pop it up. That's the Workshop. There you go. Isn't it beautiful? This gingerbread set, you can dress it up in so many different ways. You can even use a slimline to dress up everybody and stack them on top of each other. Here's another one with our gingerbread, Riley and Sophie. Handmade cards because no one displays an email on the mantle. And isn't that true? It's so true. Now, I'm just going to give you a few cards. Dear Santa, there's our wine. That's the dress-up set that I showed you. This is the snow globe, and I absolutely love it. You can put anything in it. Establish dominance by putting glitter in Christmas cards. Now, that's the nice way, right? That's a nice way. For all of you animal lovers like me, I believe in Santa Paws. My lovely Tucker with a Christmas hat. Oh, the weather outside can bite me, and my car won't start to spite me, and I can't feel any of my toes. Winter blows, winter blows, winter blows. That is a dress-up Jeep. Nice list is overrated. Smiling Bert. Santa's been reading your posts all year. Some of you are getting dictionaries. This the little elf outfit from the dress-up set. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen. Moscato, vodka, tequila, Blitzen. Who knew Smiling Bert liked margaritas? Here is another way to use the snow globe set. You don't have to do a 3D. It's got the die to cut out the center. And there's little Leroy. He's French. Don't call him Leroy. It's Leroy. Here is another card, and I believe there's a video out there on how to make this guy with our gnome. Santa wasn't watching, right? Now that is a window, Riley, that she just used the dress-up stuff to put on top of. I'm going to save this for last. Know what I got for Christmas? Fat. I got fat. Merry everything. I seem to pull a whole lot with the snow globe. 'Tis a season to sparkle. There's so many different things that we have out there. This actually has coffee in it. Is it hilarious or what? Shaker card with coffee. Nice. See the coal? Naughty. And if kisses were snowflakes, I would send you a blizzard. There you have it. Oh, 5 o'clock at the North Pole. Ah, look at that. All I did was I took the Santa's Workshop, and this is a Karen Burniston house pop-up. Fabulous, isn't it? Super easy. People will think you just spent like hours and hours and hours. Okay, let's get started. Let's see how much time we have left. Oh, got 5 minutes to get this card together. So we can do it if I can find it. All right, so in our kits, we have, and I am going to break out a brand new, well, maybe not. Yep, brand new bottle of Zip Dry. And I'll show you guys how to put these together. Zip Dry is my absolute favorite because it lets you move. It lets you move your stuff around. Now, with this, like I said, you get everything in here already pre-done, okay? And my little tip fell off of my Zip Dry, and I don't know where it went. Honestly, folks. So, oh, here it is. So when you first get your Zip Dry, there's this little thing in there. You just have to pop it out with scissors. Okay, and then you're ready to go. The tips are like that. I like to cut mine a little bit wider because Zip Dry is pretty thick. But all we're going to do now is just fold our card base in half and just start layering stuff on here. So the first thing that will go on, we're actually going to set this aside for a sec. Let's just go ahead and work on the brown. Now, Zip Dry is going to let me move this around. So if you accidentally get it crooked, it lets you just move it until it's dry. Okay, see how it lets me move that and get it perfect? If there's any on the edges, you just rub it off. And that's the brilliance of Zip Dry. Now we're going to go ahead do that. And while I'm just layering this out, you can watch. Don't forget our specials are we have a 20% off everything in our Christmas section. Woo! Yay! 20% off. That is the special. Oh, I lied. Well, now we're going to have two specials. Now we're going to have two specials. See, I forgot what I was talking about earlier. And this is why you guys love me, because I'm just scatterbrained and it's okay. So we're going to have 20% off everything in our Christmas section and a free gingerbread kit at a $75 order. Ah, bonus. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our ugly sweater saying. I'm going to hold this up here and I'm just going to wrap this a couple times. I love live videos. Alrighty, I'm just gonna come in and tie a bow. Okay, now we're gonna take that and we are just going to attach it to here, like that. Okay, see, easy peasy. And then we're just gonna pop this up on our card. Just like that. And don't forget, while I'm doing this, we will draw at the end of this presentation for a free gingerbread house kit. Now I'm going to align this right over to the edge, okay? Just like that. So all we have left to do is Riley and his clothing, which is simply out of our ugly sweater set. Now here he is in blues, which is really cute. Oops. Ah, did you see what I just did there? It gives you about a minute to get things nice and straight. Do that with Zip Dry. All right, so I have a Riley that's already colored here just to save us a little time. And I'm just going to go through and use some grays. And I'm just going to color the whole sweater with, let's see, how about a W2? I'm just going to take a nice warm gray, okay? And I'm going to go over the whole thing. Okay. Then I'm going to take W4, which is a little darker gray, and I'm just going to come in and do pieces of the sweater, whichever pieces you like. It doesn't matter. And I'm pretty sure that I would never get it the same twice. All right, so there we have that. And then I'm going to come in with a burgundy, and I'm basically just going to go along here. It's super easy. You know, coloring can be as hard or as time consuming as you want it to be, or you can just go quickly, which is what I'm doing now. Now I'm just going to take and just make little stars on each one of the stars that are marked here. Okay, and then I'm just going to come along and color in the little triangles. And I'm going very quickly here, and it's making a mess. But you guys will get the idea. Now we're going to do the same thing with the hat. We're just going to come in with a W2, and we are going to color the whole thing. Making sure to get the edges. I always color over the white edges because it just seems to finish it off a little bit more. Then bring in your red. Color it wherever you want. I just did the little stripes this time, and I'm going to do all of the little poinsettia thingy-my-boppers. Okay, and I'm going to take my dark and let's do the tops and the little balls. And then we're done. So now we just need to put it on him. So don't cry. Look. This doesn't hurt him a bit. I promise. We're just going to cut his head off. I know it sounds horrible, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to just glue his sweater on. You guys will see it in a minute. Glue the little sweater on. Now see how the sweater goes higher than the cut mark I had? That's why I do that. Otherwise, it'll be up over his nose, which is, you know, good too if that's how you want it. But if you cut the head off first, you can tilt his head any way you choose. So it gives him a little bit of an expression. You know, tilt your head. So now I'm going to put some glue on the ears. And we're just going to match these little puppies up. Oops. And there you have it. Our little Riley is all done. We are just going to pop him up on the card. And I'm not going to have time to show you the trees, folks. I'm going to show you one of them, so it gives you an idea of how to do it. All right. Again, while I'm putting this on there, RileyandCompanyOnline.com, 20% off everything in our winter section or our Christmas section, and a free gingerbread house kit with a $75 order, including free shipping too. Now to do your trees, all right, all you're gonna do, I always go take the light color and go over all of it first, and I never do trees the same way. Now you have 2 of these in your kits. I guess I can, but it's just gonna take me longer and I shouldn't. I'm already over. But to do this, I'm just taking yellows and different colors of greens. I'm going to always color the back end darker. I'm just going to come along here and just randomly. Don't be too picky about this because trees are just random, right? Okay. And then we're going to use a brown. I use E35. Now on Riley, I use E33 and E35. So I have this sitting there. And what I'm going to do then is on this particular one, let's bring some color back in. Look how fast these are to do, right? Because you don't have to be precise. There we go. On this particular one, I am just going to, I know, why did she do the bottom of those if you're just going to cut them off? I don't know. This, I'm just going to glue down right here. You have about 5 seconds left to comment, folks. Just as soon as I can get this on here, I am going to do this. Put a little bit of glue here. I'm going to tuck the other two back in here if it'll let me. Well, yes, it will. Tuck that in, pull that out, tuck those back behind. And there we have it. There's your card. Okay, we're going to take this and just glue it on the front, and we are good to go. I hope you guys have a fabulous Thanksgiving. We will be back with some fantastic creations later, but make sure you grab your gingerbread kits, okay? And you get a free one at $75, right? And 20% off all of the good stuff you need to make Christmas cards. www.rileyandcompanyonline.com. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and thank you to the fabulous Expo team for another awesome event. I am Bonnie Krebs from Art Impressions, and I am going to show you some of our newest releases. But before I do that, I want to tell you about our show special because it is awesome. It is 25% off of our entire website. So that means everything that is not already on sale, everything else is on sale, 25% off. And with this code, so it's AI4Expo. So that's AI4Expo. When you go to checkout, you want to put that into the little space where it asks you for your coupon code, and you'll get 25% off of your order. Also, with a $30 order, you get a little free stamp that's exclusive just for this year, just for 2021. So you'll get your choice of 6 little farm animals, and I'll show you those later. You will also get free shipping at $50. So much available and so many new things. You're gonna want to grab them right now. So with that, let's get going and I'll show you the new releases. Okay, everyone, here we go. This is our newest release. This is a brand new line for us, and it's called Rides. And the reason it's called Rides is because there are these little vehicles that look just like this one. There are 3 actually in this series. So this is the Christmas truck, 5457. And then there's this cute little Volkswagen, little convertible Volkswagen for a special party theme. This is called the birthday buggy set, 5455. And it is loaded just like the Christmas one. There's also a really cute Halloween set. So this one is so cute. And the neat thing about these is that even though this is Halloween, you could interchange them. So you could take some of these little birthday things and put them into this little vehicle, and it will work just great. So here's how they come. They come with all of these stamps. They come with a little ride. So here's the little Christmas truck. And you can see how they go together just like this, and see how 3-dimensional everything just kind of pops up. These little fenders pop up here. You can see them in the set. Here's the little snowman, the little wreath with a special little bow. Here's all the little lights that you can just tuck in, the presents, and they come with the dies included. So the dies will cut out the little vehicle, the little fenders, and all of these little pieces that go inside. So you can pop these up and make them 3-dimensional, and they are so darn cute and actually really, really fun to make. Fun for kids. These are great kids projects. So here is that little Christmas truck. I just love these little guys so much. Here is a sample of that little Volkswagen Bug with all of her party stuff tucked inside. And then here is that cute little Halloween jalopy, this one here, and it's got all the little pumpkins, so fun to do. This could be really cute for fall also, even though it's Halloween. It's got a Halloween theme. You could use it for fall. And like I said, you could interchange all of these little pieces and put them in this little jalopy. And that would just be so cute. So check out the Rides line on the Art Impressions website. Just put that into the search, the Rides, and these 3 little treasures will come up, and you will get all these pieces that go inside and the dies that go with them. So really, really fun. The next thing I want to show you is brand new matchbooks. Now, if you are familiar with these are so much fun, and they're really, really cute because they're these little they create these little rooms that just kind of pop out when you open them. We've had these for a little bit now, and I just keep adding to them because people just love them so much. They're like little Polly Pockets. If you are familiar with those, they're just tiny little things, and they're just kind of a surprise when you open them. They close up, so this back piece folds down just like this. The little sides fold in just like this. They all fold in, and then this part here folds down and up, and then the little flap tucks shut like this. And so it looks like a little matchbook. So that's where the name came from. They also come with a little easel. This comes with the template, and you can stand this up and display it on your desk or somewhere like that. Just so cute. There's also an envelope die, and you can tuck your little matchbook into an envelope, just like this one. And it also has a cute little latch like that, and you can just give this away. This one is for Christmas. How cute is that? And it just makes a cute little surprise that nobody would expect, that you've got something really, really special in here. And when you open it, it just all unfolds like this and creates this little three-dimensional little scene. Now, these all work the same way. They work with the same template. You see the little windows in here? Those are part of the template. So let me show you what that is. You will need this if you're going to make these. This is the template die, and you can see how it works here. This cuts out, and then these lines are scored, and then it just folds up like this. So it actually looks kind of like a T, and then these little pieces attach onto here. And there are tutorials on YouTube that tell you exactly how to put these together. They are just a snap, just nothing to it. Everything just fits flush to the side, and you just adhere it to that. This one fits to the back, and they all work the exact same way. So nothing complicated about it. See the little easel on the back? Just so cute. They can just stand up, and just a cute little design for somebody's desk. Here's what is in that template. So this is the template. Here are the little windows that come with it. This is the little banner right here, and all the sentiments fit onto the banner. You get these extra little things. Here is the easel so that you can stand it up. A little rug. Here's the 2 rugs. Here's one of them inside here. You can see that. And just extra little pieces that come with the template die. And then here is the envelope die. And it also comes with some extras. So it comes with this tiny little envelope, and then this little tag right here, and an extra little embellishment. So this will cut out the envelope. You can see it right here, and your little matchbook will fit right inside. So these, you only need one of these. These will work for all of the matchbook sets. So once you have the template and the envelope, you're good to go, and you can just fill up your collection with matchbooks. So let me show you the new ones here. This is the little office, and I gotta show you the sample because it's so darn cute. Here is the little office, and it says, "You're awesome." That goes on the little sentiment. And again, everything folds down, folds together. How cute. Here are the little windows you can see from the template. And you got the little copier back in here, and the little file cabinet. Just so darn cute with the easel, of course. Here are the, well, let me go on to the next one. So here's the little, this one is the garden. And it's the one that I just showed you here, this little garden one. And you can see it's got a little hello sunshine, little sign that goes into the back. Just so cute. All these pieces come with the dies that cut them out. So everything in here, you can see where you fold, where you score, and then you can cut it all out. These little birds are separate. They're just so cute. And you can see how she just kind of tucked them. This is, by the way, this is Janet Axman's card. And she's tucked these little birds in, and they're just so cute. Just kind of put them wherever you want to. Here's another one right here. Just so cute. So this is the garden set, and it comes with the dies, just ready to put together. Here's the Halloween one. This one is so cute. I just got to show it to you again. I know Halloween is over, but you know, for those of us who love Halloween, you're going to want this in your stash. You're just going to want to have it. Very scary, and look at how cute, little spooks. So cute. And this one too comes with all of the dies. All of these pieces are part of the set, and you can see how they all go together here. two Christmas ones. This is the little nativity. It is so cute. Isn't this cute? It says, "Oh Holy Night." It goes on the banner just like this. We've got the little animals in the little and the little manger. Just so cute. Again, a surprise when you open it up. This comes with a little window, and you can see all the little pieces. Here's that extra little window that it looks a little rustic inside here. And how cute is this paper? That this is Lynn Dion. Isn't this cute? This little paper that she picked to go with this set. And here are all the pieces, and of course the dies are all included. Everything is included. The little sentiment that will fit right on the banner right here. And so you have everything in here to work with your template and your envelope. Here is the other Christmas one. I don't have this. I don't have a sample with this. I thought I did, but it is so cute. It's got the little Santa and the tree and the fireplace with the stockings. It says "Deck the Halls." And here is everything that you get in it. Here's the Santa. He also has a little plate of cookies right here. Here's the little tree and the wreath and the sentiments. So cute. The dies come with it. And how fun would that be to put together? So if you are a fan of matchbooks, you're going to love these. I really love making them, and they're so fun. So look for more of these. I will be coming out with more of them. They're just really fun to collect, and they're really fun to give away. So moving right on, let's go on to the next thing, and that is our Windows to the World. So these are this is another very popular line. People absolutely love these. And the reason they do is because they're so simple to make. They come with a sentiment on them. I've had this line for several years now, and I just keep adding to it. And now I've added a little twist, and that just means an extra stamp. So this little dog, you can see it right in here. Here's a little extra dog and the die. And the reason I did that is so that you could use your Windows to the World with a shadow box. And you can see what I mean by that right here. So this folds flat when you send your card. It folds flat, but when you open it, it creates a little shadow box in here. And you can see that this card is three-dimensional. So you can pop up that little dog and put him on top of your image. And it is just so cute. So that little die, that shadow box die, actually is this right here. It comes with these things. Here's the little window. Here's the little window cut out. Here's the little window sill right here. This little piece is your box that goes onto the back. And then you get an extra little hello that comes with this set. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to put that together. As soon as I show you all of these sets, I'll kind of give you a quick tutorial so that you can see how to put that shadow box together. So here is the first one. This is called the Swing Window Set 5452, and it's this cute little girl in the swing with her dog, and it says, "Just swinging by to say hi and to wish you a wonderful day." So it's a really good one for any occasion. And you can also use this just like we have in the past, where you just stamp that, put it inside of a window, or put it on the outside of the card, and make it just like the traditional Windows to the World. Here is the second one, and here's what I mean by traditional. So you can see how this is Janet again. Look how beautiful this is. Her coloring is so beautiful. She just popped it up on a card and just created it in the traditional way with the sentiment on there. And you can see on here, the sentiment is actually cut off. When you use the shadow box, you actually take that sentiment off and put it inside the window. So here's this one. This says, "Wishing you warm breezes and beautiful beaches. May all of your dreams come true." So cute. And here's the tree. Here's the extra piece right here, the tree. And it comes just like this with a die. So you can see that die in there. And the neat thing about these two, some of these older Windows to the World, they don't have these extra stamps, but they are interchangeable because they're all the same size. So maybe you want to take this tree and use it with another Windows to the World that you have. So you can certainly do that. They are interchangeable just like that. This one is called Special Window Set, and it says, "Sending a special message your way to have a wonderful, blessed birthday." So all these little pieces are included. Here's the little extra stamp, these little presents, and of course the die is included in there. You can see it kind of right behind there. So the die is included to cut that out. and make this cute, cute little scene. These are super easy to color. You can make them in just a few minutes. Here is a very cute sample of that, very traditional way. And you can see how she popped this up kind of on the side. So these also are great standalone little stamps. So you could use these by themselves, you know, just as an embellishment, you know, on anything. Here we go with the holidays. Now here's the little Halloween set. You can see that little cat is popped up in the background. And here is the window box, and it just folds flat. So it'll fold this way or it'll fold this way when you close your card. And just so easy to use. You just put your little scene in the background and you've got your little window on there. So this is the Halloween Spooky Window Set. 55447 is that one. Here is the Harvest, and I just love this sample. I just think this is so cute. The colors, just so cute in the little shadow box. Now she has attached the special stamp to the window, and it looks like it's sitting up on the windowsill, right outside the window. Just so cute. Here's the little extra stamp, the basket, and of course it comes with the die. So you can put this on anything. It would just be so cute. This one is the Autumn Window Set. And it says, may bundles of blessings abound and joy be yours in abundance this year. So fun and super cute and versatile, very versatile. And here is a Christmas one. I always love getting to the Christmas ones. They're just so cute and they're so fun to make. And this is kind of the big card making time when we're doing these special cards, especially for those, you know, special people in your life. You want to give them something a little special. This is the Christmas one. This is called the Snowy Window Set, and it comes with this little snowman. He is the extra stamp and a die that comes with him, and he will pop out right into the front. And I have two samples of this one. Here is the window box, or the shadow box, and you can see how that little guy is popped up inside there, and how cute are these little ornaments. This is Jill LaBelle. She is also just so talented, just so good. Look how cute this one is. This is very traditional, but you can see how she popped this one up. This is Bree. She popped this little snowman right up onto the top of this traditional Windows to the World. So really, really cute and really fun ideas. So let me show you really quickly how to put together that shadow box. So here are the dies that come with it. This one cuts out the little mechanism here for the shadow box. And you're just going to fold it so that it looks like this. There are full tutorials on YouTube on how to do these. I'm just going to quickly show you how this goes together. So here is your little shadow box, and it cuts out and then shows you exactly where to score it. And I've put some adhesive on here because this is where we're going to glue it. And I've also attached my little image. So I've glued that onto here to the inside of the shadow box. And now I'm going to just take my three-dimensional piece. Here's that little basket. And I've put some pop dots on it here. And I'm just going to take the paper off. And this goes right down here on the bottom. And it will just make this three-dimensional. So you can pop that out right to the front. And then you've got your card base. And I just put, you know, some paper on here, cut out the center, and that would be this die that comes with it. So this die cuts out the opening, and then this die cuts out the window, the little window pane. So that will go on the top, just like this when we're finished. Okay, so let's put this little thing together. So I've cut out the opening. The way the shadow box works is, I'm gonna take my adhesive off of here. So the adhesive goes on the little tabs once you've scored them. So just like this, you're going to take this little tab right here and fold it back, and you're going to place it along the edge, kind of right in the center. You're going to center that and place it right along the edge, just like this, okay? And then you're going to put this one down like this and just fold this over and let it attach right there. And there you go. Now you've got your little image inside your shadow box. And now we can put on our window just right over the top. You can see how cute that is, just so cute. So let's just put a little of this adhesive on here. We'll just put a little bit of glue on. If I can get that to come out here. A little bit of glue. And you can of course use whatever glue you have. And you know, you're not going to see this from the back, so if you don't get it on here perfectly straight, it's totally fine. There we go. And you've got a little sentiment. This comes with it. Just an extra little stamp that says hello. And you can see the little shadow box is just so cute. And it will fold flat. So when you close up your card, your little shadow box folds either way, this way or this way. And this will work with any of the windows to the world. Absolutely any of them will work this way. And you can use these. These are interchangeable, these little extra little stamps. So super fun to do. Let me quickly show you what you will get free. So your choice of any of these little 6 free stamps. These are limited edition just for 2021. They're little farm animals. And you can choose which one you would like to have. This is the little donkey, the goose, the little mouse, the horse, the little border collie, and the goat. So this is the these are exclusive just for 2021. They say on here limited edition. This is the second round of little farm animals, and they are available right now. So with a $30 purchase, you will get one of these also. So thank you all for watching. I hope you love these little brand new releases, and check them out on our website, artimpressions.com. Don't forget to put in code AI4Expo. That's AI4Expo, and get your 25% off right now. These are available right now. Thank you so much for shopping with us.
Hi everybody, I'm Nikki Baxley of Nikki Hearts Cards, and I'm here today to demo how to make a mini slimline with a shaker window. We are going to be looking at Cat Scrappiness products, specifically at her dress up quokkas. These little animals, I'm going to pop one up in the screen, are dubbed the happiest animals on earth. And look, they just look like they're smiling. So we're gonna do some sweaters, some Christmas sweaters called the Ugly Sweater Add-on. And I've got 2 sweaters for the male and the female, and then lots of little things we can add on to those. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with this stamp set. We're also gonna use some new mini slimline scalloped dies. So I'm going to use these to create some borders around the card, and then I'm going to use Happy Holidays for the inside of the card, which is a die with a shadow die. We're going to use some of her new sequin and clay mixes. So we got the glistening tinsel, the trim the tree sprinkles, which are clay sprinkles, and then a little bit from this Christmas Funfetti sprinkle. So we're going to use those to create our shaker and just add some extra elements on the card. For the paper, we're going to use this Ugly Sweater Slimline pad. It comes with a lot of different papers that have A and B sides, so 12 different sheets. It's a good heavyweight paper. It is a slicker finish with a little bit of a glossy look to it, but such cute papers. Last but not least, we need to make ourselves a window. And so I'm going to use this Christmas tree die. So you can see it right here. It makes a really cute looking tree, and we're going to fill it up with shaker pieces. So I'll show you how we do that. The first thing that we're going to do with this card is to take our card base and cut a window out of it. I have this other die here because I want to make sure that where I cut my window is seen even with this die on top, because I know I'm going to layer it with that. So I just want to make sure that everything fits the way I want it to before I make the cut. I ran that through a die cutting machine and cut it out of the base. I also also went on and cut the top layer, and with this I didn't do a ton of measuring. I just made sure I had enough room because I figured I would cut the edges off as needed. So I'm kind of looking at my colors and deciding what we're going to use, and then we will go ahead and attach part of the acetate to this to make the front part of the window. I'm using a really sturdy acetate from Lawn Fawn, and this acetate is beautiful, but as with any acetate, a lot of times you'll get little particles and things behind it or on the material. So I'm always looking for where I want to lay that down, what the clearest part of my acetate is before I cut it out. Now that I have cut my piece of acetate, I need to secure it to this card. So I'm going to use double-sided tape. I'm doing this because even though I'm a big glue fan, I don't want to squish the glue behind that acetate and make a little cloudy area. You can get that off by wiping it with a little bit of water, but you risk messing up your actual paper. And so I tend to do a double-sided tape when I'm doing this. I've taken the backing off that double-sided tape and I'm carefully putting down my piece of acetate, and then you can see what the front window is going to look like. So we've got a window of acetate on this side. Now we need to make a window of acetate on the back side to make it a see-through little Christmas tree. So now we're going to put double-sided tape on the inside of this card, and I've cut down another acetate piece to put right here. And then you'll see I've got this window. So I'm going to now get some foam tape and put it in between these two layers. For shaker cards, I'm obsessed with foam tape strips. So these are double-sided adhesive with foam in the middle, and they come in these strips. And I know this may not seem very significant, but what this allows you to do is to bend it around an odd-shaped object so that you're not having to cut multiple pieces of foam. One of the places that I struggle with any type of shaker card is when I'm having to connect my pieces of foam. So by using a strip like this, I can go all the way around it and not have to worry about connecting it as many times, especially if it's a small item like this. So I've got only 2 connections, when with other pieces I'm going to have to cut them and have more connections. The reason those connections matter is that if you keep any type of gap in between those, then you can have little pieces of your shaker try to slip through. And so that's just one thing that can make your shaker card a little bit easier to deal with. The other nice thing is that you can then go and use those same foam strips and just cover this whole thing. You could do that with a piece of foam or something else to lift up the rest of the panel, but you need to keep the whole panel lifted up so that you don't have a bend in your cardstock on the top. So I like to use these strips and kind of fill in my panel so that everything will sit on the same level. Here's what that finished panel looks like with all these foam strips on it. So the next thing that you do not want to forget about shaker cards is that you need some type of powder tool to go along the inside edges of the adhesive. So you want to leave your backing on and use a really good powder tool, and I do this multiple times. It also kind of helps the static on the inside of that panel so that things will move around and not stick to the edges, but also not stick to each other. Once I've powdered, I go around the inside with my finger just to feel and make sure I don't feel anything sticky, and then I just add just a little bit more powder in case I rub something off. Now I'm just going to look at my 2 panels together, see how much of a gap I have, make sure I've got enough room and don't need to add a second layer of that foam tape. I feel like that is plenty big of a gap so that our shaker pieces can move around. We've got pretty flat shaker pieces for this part. Next, we'll start adding our shaker pieces. We're going to start with our clay trees, and then I'm also going to add some sequins from the tinsel mix too. So these trees are pretty good size, so just making sure I've got most of the area covered and that they are not sticking to the actual adhesive right here. So I'm going to add some sparkly sequins from the tinsel mix that I showed you and get all these in here. When you're filling up a little area like this, I like to, when it's spread out, have it mostly covered. And I know that seems like that may be too many sequins, but it takes into account in case any gets stuck to the side, and it just gives it a really good full shaker look to me. So now we just need to grab our top panel and carefully put it on top of the other one so that we don't spill any sequins and get it all mashed down. And then you've got your little shaker window. How cool is that? And remember, I didn't take the time to make super precise measurements on that top card, so I'm just going along and cutting off any excess. Now I'm going to use my coordinating paper and I'm going to make a frame to go around this outside part. Now I'm going to attach the frame to the outside of the card, and I'm going to use the middle part of that paper that was cut out with all the little different baubles on it. I'm going to use it on the inside of the card so you can see it through the window of the tree, which I think adds a little bit more definition to the tree. I cut a frame to go around all of these pretty polka dots on the inside of the card that matches that outside. So it's kind of the inverse of the outside. And when you put this frame on, it took me a couple times, but it actually is slightly different in each corner. So make sure that you look and get it to fit correctly. So this is the smaller corner and the other one is a little bit thicker, and it just fits perfectly like that. Next, we're going to stamp our images for our little 𝐒𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐞. These guys are really cute. You got a girl and a boy, and with Cat Scrappiness, she has lots of different ways you can dress these up. So she's got sweaters and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we're going to work with the ugly sweater add-on. So this sweater has different things that can fit on each of them. So right next to them, you've got all the items that can fit on the bigger sweater, which is the girl, and then the bottom one has the items that you can fit on for the boy. So I'm going to show you, you can tell which one it goes with based on the little hands. So you got 2 hands on the girl that stick out and 1 on the boy. Decided for the girl we would do a Christmas tree, and for the boy we do this cute little Santa that just fits perfectly on this sweater. That Santa looks so cute on that little sweater. And then we've got dies for all these, so I'm cutting everything out, and we are going to focus in on our 𝐒𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐽𝐻 with 𝐒11 and 𝐒13. Lots of different good colors that you can use for these, but I just really like these 2 browns. I feel like they give a good look and they really match with the background of the card. Flash to what real 𝐒𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐽𝐻s look like. They're just so cute. So let's get to color in these. One thing to remember with these is that they're going to have a sweater on, so you really don't have to color a whole lot of them. Their face, their feet, and tail, and I do just a smidge of their lower belly just in case it shows, and that's about all that you need to do coloring, because you're going to color the sweater that goes over it. Here's a quick example of how much of it that I color. So I didn't want to do too much coloring in this video, so just showing you a quick example. I'm going to go over what I used to color these. I colored the hands like the 𝐒𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐽𝐻s with 𝐒11 and 𝐒33, and then I'm doing the face of the Santa in 𝐒11, so it kind of coordinates, and 𝐒11 is a great skin tone anyway. So I'm going to do that with the face of the little Santa. He's got kind of a button nose and some cheeks, and so I'm going to make both of those just a blush color. Next, for the Santa's hat, I'm going to use my favorite Christmas red, which is R29. I'll pop that on the screen for you. And I'm going to do that on its hat, and then I'm really going to leave the white parts of Santa just white, because I think they're going to show up really nicely against the color of the background of the sweater. So I'm not doing a whole lot of highlighting on these little itty bitty images because they're just so teeny. My favorite color for cheeks, and just a blush color, which I use this color on the cheeks of the 𝐒𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐽𝐻s also, is R20. I also sometimes will use an RV11, but R20 is a great, very light pink that's perfect for cheeks. Here it is, right next to the skin tone. It's a little hard to tell that it's pink, but it is, and I'll show you in the final project how cute that looks. It really does show up well once we do our backgrounds. For my little Christmas tree, I am going to try to highlight the middle a little bit with this YG13, so it's kind of a light green color, and I'm just going to swipe once right there in the middle, and then I'm going to go back with this G07, which I'll pop up on the screen, and I'm going to fill it in from the edges towards the middle and see if we can keep some of that highlight to it. It's such a small area, it's really hard to keep it highlighted, but I'm gonna do my best. These little strings of lights here too, they've got a small opening in the middle. Some of them, to me, the way I stamped them, look like they're solid, but some of them have just a dot of white. So I'm gonna probably go back and touch those with an R29 to fill in the dots. You could do some really cool stuff with this decorating. If you wanted to, you could add Nuvo drops to those little dots. You could really make this sweater stand out in all kinds of ways. While I finish coloring in the solid part of the Christmas tree, let me tell you what else I'm gonna do to make these stand out. So with my sweaters, what I decided to do is to do bright Christmas colors because it's really gonna look good on the front of my card and really stand out. So I'm doing your classic red and green. So on this sweater with the green in the middle, I'm gonna do it red. One thing that I felt like made this tree look really cool is to add little swipes, like it's kind of its branches, and gives it just a little bit of definition that looks really cool. So just little dots with your marker, and that's still my 𝐒𝐲_7. And then I will fill these in and make the little neckline and waistline look kind of cute too. So we'll zoom in on those in the next pic. So here's the colored sweaters and how cute they turned out, showing you which one goes on which. You can see how they match, and with this little girl one, you really don't need much of the belly. It covers the whole thing. So I'm going to get those glued on. I thought these looked so cute, but I thought, you know what would be cool is having this little guy with a Santa hat, and I have that in one set, so I'm going to add those. I wanted to add some little hats to these guys, and I had these hats in the Christmas add-on, so I pulled them out, stamped them, and now I'm going to add some dimension by using Nuvo drops. So I've got these white Nuvo drops, and I'm going to make this little ball on the Santa hat stick up, and the border of the white there stick up. Just, it gives it a little bit more excitement, and it's a kind of a glossy look like the paper. So I thought that looked really cute with it. I'm going to add those yellow Nuvo drops to my little elf hat. So I'm going to zoom in and kind of show you what that looks like. So here's that little hat. It's so precious with that Nuvo stuff on it. Now we're going to go ahead and make our sentiment for the inside of the card using this Happy Holidays die. So it's got a shadow die and a word die, and we're going to use them both. So here's how that cuts out. I did layer it on top of a white piece just to give it a little bit more sturdiness, and then I'm gonna add glossy accents. So I didn't have a glossy piece of red paper, and this is an easy way to make those letters really stand out and look so amazing. So I'm gonna cover the whole thing with glossy accents and let it dry. So I glued the sentiment to vellum, and then I grabbed this sprinkle mix and I used the snowflake out of it as my dot for my eye, and I just think it looks so precious. I hope y'all like it. So I arranged this sentiment so that when you close the card, you can't see it from that window. And I just think it looks so cute. Such great little extra details. I think somebody would love to have this as one of their cards for the holidays. And this window doesn't bother me, but if you decide you want to put a piece of cardstock over that just so you can see the back of the window, I think that's fine. Once again, I am Nikki Hearts Cards here for Cat Scrappiness. I hope you enjoyed this video. All the links will be included to these products. I hope that you enjoyed this video and hope to see you again soon. Bye!
Hi everybody, welcome to my studio. I'm Cindy with Dare to Be Artsy, and I'm so excited to be with you guys today at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo virtual show. It's all about holidays, so we're going to show you some fun formats and some of our new Merry and Bright and North Pole holiday collections. So let's get started. For the first card, we're going to take a piece of cardstock and you're going to cut it 7 inches by 8.5 inches, and we're going to score it down the center and cut 3 separate sections for the cover. So take your scoreboard out, and you're going to score it at 3.5 inches. Give it a nice crease. Then go ahead and get your paper cutter out, and the first cut is going to be at 2.5 inches. You're going to start from the outside and cut all the way down to the fold. Then your next cut is going to be 2.5 inches from the other side. Again, from the outside to where it's scored. You could leave it like this, but I like having a little bit of a galley, a little bit of a cut, make that cut a little bit wider. So I'm just going to cut it another 1/16 of an inch off of those outside panels. This will allow the center panel to be a perfect square that's 3.5 by 3.5 inches. So once you have those little pieces cut, you're just going to snip that off. And this just creates an extra little opening. It makes the panels open easier, and then we can decorate the paper on the inside so that you can actually see a fun little pattern coming through those little open areas. This is from our Merry and Bright collection. I love these trees, but we're going to use the other side with the nice lime green stripes. You'll notice the bar at the top that says Joy, Peace, Love, and Joy. That is the back of where the barcode is on our scrapbook paper. Now look how fun that little green and white stripe becomes. Okay, now let's decorate the front. All of these papers again are from the Merry and Bright collection. I love this polka dot. It's got a fun floral print on the other side. So that makes this paper line good all year round. For these pieces, I just cut them just a hair shorter than the main part of the cardstock, so you see a nice little white border all the way around. Then I just took a nice deep dark blue cardstock for the center. And then for the last panel, I could use this kind of retro snowflake. I love that, but I'm going to use the reverse side. So I love the border that the back of this paper has. The trees are probably my favorite. I think they make a really great addition to the card. And in this collection, we have some stamps that have the trees on them as well. So the dies that match that stamp are also going to cut a lot of these little trees out as well if you wanted to pop them up. Now we're going to use our Naughty or Nice stamp set, and we're using the wavy framelits dies. That creates this really fun square borders. So the sentiment we're using is Merry Everything and Happy Always. With our little elf. So I'm going to off-center this a little bit, and then I'm going to pop up our little elf. So here's the whole stamp set. It's got lots of things to choose from. Embrace your inner elf. We've got Merry Christmas. Have an elfin good holiday. So here I've used those square framelits to create a frame. And I'm popping that up, and we're going to use our little elf with the ladder. This is really cute when you lean him up against a little Christmas tree too. He's really fun. I'm popping him up just for some extra dimension. And then the bottom panel, you don't need to do anything to. So let's go ahead and decorate the inside. I've used those framelits again to tie that in from the outside into the inside. We're using our nice dark blue snowflake pattern. And I'm going to pop up this little white square because this will be perfect for your sentiment for the inside. I love how that dark blue pops off of the lime green stripes. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it, just centering it right there. You can check, make sure it's centered in that square panel. And then here I've cut a small little panel out of our rectangle framelits. And then with the white cardstock, I used our wavy framelits to cut a little snowbank. And we're going to put this in the bottom panel. And then I wanted to add some more dimensions, so I did another little snowbank, and I'm going to pop this one up with some foam tape. And I cut this white piece out of the rectangle framelits too, so that you could see the little stitch. Now we're going to add our little Believe the North Pole sign. And I want this to kind of tuck in behind one of the snowbanks, so I'm just going to snip off a little bit. I keep shutting the cover just to make sure it's not, the little sign's not going to show when the panel is closed. Now let's add something fun to the top panel. We've got another little elf who's painting a little red truck. So I'm going to pop this one up as well. Again, just keep shutting it just so it doesn't show when the panel is shut. You don't want his little foot to be hanging down. And then we have some really cute little Christmas packages. These are cut right out of the Peace, Love, Joy Borders paper from the Merry and Bright collection. See the dies that cut these stamps, or these images also cut the little packages out of the stamp set. I'm going to put the first package down flat, and then we'll pop up the other two. I need to move him over just a little bit to make a little more room for the packages. There we go. Okay, let's pop these up. And this is going to make a really cute Christmas card. You could also add some fun patterns to the left side when the cover is open. You could add some patterns so you don't have just plain white if you want. But there's your first card. And let me show you a few more samples. Here's another one we used with the North Pole Holiday paper line with our Yetis and our penguins. This time I flipped the panels so you had one going open to the right. I thought that was a really fun look. And here's a couple examples where it's more of a horizontal format and the panels are cut more equally, the three panels, instead of doing a square one in the middle. And here's another one with our ice cream social collection. You can see that I did not add the extra little space between the panels. Now let me show you some more fun examples. This is our Christmas Sentiments stamp set, and this is a really fun way to add a bookmark to a card. You could just use a little Velcro or a little a little adhesive and be able to pull that off. And then here's another really simple format in a slimline size. And we used one of our Dare to Be Artsy stencils. Let me show you some more. This is our newest mini snowflake border, our mini snowflake background die. And here it is using the centerpiece on an A2 size card. And it makes a nice little pocket for a gift card. Now the outside border, I used our larger wavy slimline framelits to create the outside border and just let it bleed off the edge and then cut it down. Then this one has been so popular that we created the small one. This is the Slim Mini Wavy borders. Both so versatile. Here's an example, Joy to the World, using the slimline framelits. I love all the layers and all the different things you can do with this die set. Look how fun it is as a little Christmas tag. Also using one of our new stamp sets called Deck the Halls. And these will all fit in our new little mini slimline envelope, which is so easy to make. Let me show you some examples of how you can use this mini slimline envelope. This is a great way to tie your card into the envelope. Got fun shaker cards. Now this is our Merry and Bright paper collection. There's 6 patterns, well there's 6 papers, double-sided, so you've got 12 great patterns. And 3 of them are kind of everyday, so you can use these way past Christmas. There's some great patterns on the back that you can just use over and over again. Little smaller prints, great for card makers. And remember, a lot of our stamps and dies are going to coordinate with this collection. There's Joyful Robin and our Scandinavian Songbird. So the card on the left is stamped and colored in, and the images on the right are cut right out of the scrapbook paper. I love the little Scandinavian Songbirds. He's so whimsical. This is a really fun example. The one on the left is cut right out of the paper, and the one on the right is stamped and colored in. Here's another really fun card using this stamp set on a slimline card. And we don't forget the scrapbookers. Look how cute this is on a scrapbook layout. And we have our snowflake slimline border and our Merry Christmas word dies. And this little stripe comes from this border. So you can really have a lot of fun with this collection. Here's just another card sample I wanted to show you. It's one of the pinwheel cards, and I think the papers just go so well together. Now let's make another card together. We're going to use Christmas sentiments with our Scandinavian Songbird. A lot of the sentiments on the Scandinavian Songbird are kind of everyday occasions, so it's a great one to combine with the Christmas sentiments. And we've got these fancy framelits and the oval framelits. Let me show you how you can make a shape card with this. So you're going to just take your A2 size card, fold it in half, and line it up right along the edge. So when it pops out, you now have a card that's a shape card. The base of the card is going to cover up that fold. So again, we're using the Merry and Bright collection. I love this teal. And here's the base, the snowflakes. So we'll put that on the bottom. So I'm cutting out another teal piece. Actually, we'll put the teal on the bottom, and the snowflakes, we're going to cut a hole out of the center. So I'm just going to center this on here, use a Post-it note to hold it in place. We'll die cut that. We can always save the centerpiece for later. Use that for the inside. And now let's add we're going to add the teal to the base. And this is going to be flat. Look at the birds on the back of that paper. So cute. Now when you flip it over, so you can see that a little bit is hanging over the edge, but no one's going to notice that. Now we're going to take the frame that we've created and we're going to add foam tape to the edges. And I'm adding it all the way around just so it doesn't, just so it is a little sturdier. Now this card format that we're doing it's also great when you use our oval framelits. That makes a really cute shape card as well. All right, I think that's enough foam tape. I'm going to have to ask for more of this in my Christmas stocking. Okay, now we can position this on here. I love the extra dimension with the foam tape. Now we've stamped our sentiment, peace on earth will come to stay when we live Christmas every day. And I've popped that up as well. Now we've taken our fun bird and colored it red so it becomes a Christmas cardinal. Since we've popped up the frame and the inside sentiment, I'm just going to put in a few extra pieces of foam tape in that little galley, and then we're going to add some more foam tape to the bird to really give it some extra pop. Now you could do this same card without all the foam tape and leave it flat if you know you're going to be mailing it. But I love dimensions, so I add that to a lot of my cards. On the inside, you can use that piece that you cut out of the center and then just cut another layer of white. And then attach this to the inside of your card. I think a lot of times we just leave the insides white, but why not add a little extra frame? I just think it's a nice added touch. And there you go, a really simple, fun shape card. The oval scalloped framelits also make great shape cards. Let me show you a few more examples. This is the Joy to the World stamp set. Now this one is nice because you can just stamp the image in your favorite with your favorite ink pad, and you don't have to stamp it and color it in. The dies that match this set also cut some images out of our paper too. And here it is in silver emboss. I love this as well. I've had fun getting artsy with you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed all of our samples. Be sure and stop by daretobeartsy.com for some more artsy inspiration. And be sure and use the discount codes for some great holiday discounts. Now have a great day, and I dare you to be artsy.
Hey everybody, welcome back, and how fun was that project? Thank you, Tanya with Riley and Company. Oh my goodness, always so adorable. I love, love, love that she is giving, if you comment, a free gingerbread kit. I hope you commented during that segment, because how cute was that gingerbread set? And oh my goodness, so comment. Let's see, I love the craft along kits. I always love, sometimes, you know, I want to get crafty, but I don't want to think. I just love doing kits, and so I think those 3-card pre-cut and pre-stamped card kits are an amazing, even a gift idea. I think that would be a lot of fun for a friend that wants to like get started in crafting. I think that's really fun. And then how cute is that lumberjack 6x6 paper pad that comes with that? I think that's so cool. I know you know this, but I am obsessed with Riley dress up. I think it's the young girl in me that used to love playing with dress up dolls, and this is so perfect up my alley in that dress up area. I love that Riley has a winter dress up, Santa's workshop dress up, the North Pole. She even gave a Southern California beach Christmas dress up for Riley. Gingerbread, the snow globe, the ugly Christmas sweater. I think that one is my favorite of all. That's a must-have. I love that you could personalize the colors, and you know that you could just color it whatever color is your Christmas theme for that year. And I love the demo that Tanya did for us. So cute with Riley. Oh my goodness. I love all of the Mushroom Lane series. I think it's so cute. You could even add that for your scrapbook pages. I think that would be really fun. I love all the scenes with Riley, like Riley snow skiing and shoveling snow and that snow globe. Just so many cute things. I love the tip that Tanya gave that she used to color Riley, the E33 and the E35, because I'm always wondering what she uses. I'm trying to see in the video, so that was a great tip because I love how she colors Riley in that perfect color tones. So that was so much fun. Let's see, I am obsessed with funny bones. I know we all have friends or family members that would enjoy the different funny bones, the little sarcasm. I think it's so cute for those personalized people that would really love that humor. And so I just love those. I'm obsessed with them. So thank you so much, Tanya. Awesome demo, awesome card, and just always puts a smile on my face. So with Riley and friends. So that was so much fun. Let's see, Riley, the show special is all Christmas is 20% off, and you get a free gingerbread ornament with any $75 purchase, and the offer will expire on November 19th with no coupon code needed. So you're gonna wanna get your family, send them that list. Oh my gosh, there's so many cute things on the website, so you're gonna wanna visit that. So thank you again, Tanya with Riley and Company. Then we go into art impressions with Bonnie, and she is just such an amazing artist and instructor. And I know Lorraine and I have talked about this in the past of how we love watching her weekly YouTube videos. She always makes art come to life. So thank you, Bonnie. And how about these new releases called rides, which are different vehicles? How cute is that? I want them all. The Christmas truck, the Volkswagen birthday. My family are obsessed with Volkswagen, so that's a must-have. Halloween truck, I think she called it a jalopy. So cute. And then the sample cards. I love when she shows samples because it really makes your crafting mind stir, thinking that you could recreate those cards. I think that's so cute. Oh my goodness. And then we go into the matchbooks, the little rooms that open up when opened, and then in the little card, they're flat. And then you could open them up. Imagine receiving a card or just feeling so proud of yourself giving the card. And I know there's videos that coincide with each product, so it's really easy to follow so that you can recreate these beautiful cards. I love that there's that office scene, the garden scene, the Halloween, and then the 2 Christmas scenes that open up. Oh my goodness. And I think it's a must-have to have the envelope die because it would fit perfectly snug in there and so cute. So I love the matchbooks, adorable. And then the shadow box, like the project that she showed with us, the windows to the world. I love that harvest one. Like clearly I do love harvest. And so this one is a must have for right now. If you are in, I think that'd be so cute to make a little harvest goodie or card for all your family members that are gonna enjoy Thanksgiving with you. I think they would really appreciate that. So this card is so cute. I believe it was number 5449. And oh my goodness, I loved how she showed the different options for the windows to the world and all the different things. Like she said, they're kind of interchangeable. So that was so cute. So Art Impressions is offering 25% off using the coupon code AI4EXPO. And that will exclude sale items, and it ends on November 16th. So you're gonna want to get on that fast. Okay, then we go into, thank you, Bonnie, once again from Art Impressions. You are awesome. Okay, then we go into cat scrappiness with Nikki, and she shared with us such an amazing little card, that slimline card, the mini slimline card. And I loved that she put that die of the Christmas tree. I never even thought of that. So this is such a great example project to follow. I love the little quackas. I think that's how you pronounce them. And how cute were they? She used the ugly sweater, and I love how she showed how you could add the Christmas tree center or the Santa center and then color it. All her little coloring tips were so amazing. I know that there is so many different stamps and dies and like sequin mixes on the website on Cat Scrappiness. They're so cute. I've been on there many a times and they are amazing. Also, I know that she has a Cat Scrappiness YouTube channel that's very fun to watch. I'm a subscriber. I love it. I loved how Nikki just colored, and also the tip of using that foam tape strip for the shaker card. All of my shaker cards, everything never works out. It falls through. So I love how she used it to manipulate around the Christmas tree. That's a great tip. I also love the sequin mixes, the clay trees. Like I said, there are so many different mixes that you could find on the website if you're obsessed with shaker cards as much as I am. So cute. I loved the Nouveau drop tip, how you could put it for Santa's hat or for the elf hat, just for that added dimension. So amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Those Nouveau drops are so fun, or even for like Rudolph's red little nose. So Cat Scrappiness, thank you so much, Nikki, for that awesome project. And they are offering 15% off all Cat Scrappiness products using the coupon code KSEXPONOV, and that will expire on November 19th. It also says here to check out the video ugly Christmas sweater shaker card with dress up quackas, and you're going to want to see that so that you could follow along once you get all your product from this beautiful card. So thank you once again, Nikki. And then we go into Dare to Be Artsy with Cindy. And how beautiful was that slimline card. I love how she showed the different cuts just using the cutter. Didn't even need a die. I thought that was an amazing tip. I always love making cards that are not your average card, you know, cut. And I thought that was so cute. Just awesome with the green and white striped paper in the background. And how beautiful was that Marion Bright paper. It's so bright, the colors. That's a must-have for Christmas. I love the rectangle framelit die and the wavy framelit die. I think that is a staple that you have to have in your crafting arsenal. You could use that over and over and over and over again. They're just so amazing. I also love the Christmas sentiment stamp. I'm always on the hunt. Are you guys for like a perfect sentiment? I think they have it here. The must-haves are the slimline. I just wrote down really fast the snowflake die, the wavy slimline framelit, the mini wavy die. How cute are all of those? Oh my goodness. And then the mini slimline envelope die. Because you never have envelopes for your slimline. I know you have your standard envelope, but I think this is perfect. And oh my goodness, the stamps, that joyful robin or the Scandinavian songbird. Dead. So cute. So Dare to Be Artsy show special is a free mini die for the first 25 customers. Oh my gosh. Click, click, click. Hurry, hurry, hurry. 25. You get a mini die for the first 25. Oh my goodness. I didn't see that. I'm going to have to get on my website here. And then $10 off and free US ship with orders of $80 using the coupon code EXPO80, or $5 off a $35 order using coupon code EXPO35. So that's really easy to do. Be the first 25, you get a free die. All right, let's go into our next segment here, and I can't wait to come back. See you in a bit.
Hi everyone, it's Tanya here with Karen Berniston Dies. Yes, I know you expected me to say something else, but did you know that the amazing pop-up die designer Karen Berniston and I joined forces about 3 years ago, and now we have a company called KB Riley. So Karen is a genius designer, and she creates these amazing pop-up dies, and once you use them, they're very simple. But people like me, who is not a designer of dies, I was kind of a little bit intimidated. So I thought, what would happen if I did a little video series and showed it to you from my perspective and just how crazy easy these dies are. Well, I did one before, and it was the beautiful photo collage pop-up fall design. If you have not seen it, go out and find it. It is so simple and so beautiful. But this time, we're going to tackle something completely different, and it's amazing. So hang on and let me get my phone situated. All right. Whoops, sorry. Dropped you a little bit. All right. Today, I am going to walk you through how to make this gorgeous pop-up card. Okay? The front, it's absolutely beautiful. And you open it up. And this is called a pivot panel. Do you see how it pivots? And you are not going to believe how easy this is. You aren't even going to believe it. I'm going to walk you through the basic steps. Obviously, we cannot do a pop-up card that looks like this in 20 minutes. However, I can show you how to do the mechanism in less than 5, and it's going to blow your mind. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 folds, I believe, maybe 6, and 6 places to glue, and that's it. That's how easy this is. So before we get into that, I'm going to go through our specials. I know. I sit here and play with them for a little while after I'm done. I know, I'm easily entertained. Okay, so our specials for this time are, just like last time, everything I used to make this card is going to be in our sale category, and they're 20% off to give you a little jump start on making something fun. So those dies are our evergreen pivot panels, okay? And they come with all of these adorable little decorator dies. You have 2 little trees and snowflakes and a bow and stars. So everything you need to make a really cute card. I also used our border blends. Now, if you haven't seen the border blends, I'll show those to you in depth in a little while, but that's what makes this little trim piece right here. These are fantastic. 3 dies make all of these borders, and I'll show you how. It's super easy. I also used the birthday sayings for the 2U part right here. I also used word set 3 holiday that has all of these sayings, and that was on the fronts. And for the rectangle on the fronts, I used the Rockin' Rectangle pop-up. Now, if you have any kind of scalloped rectangle, you can use it. Please feel free to use it. This is just, Karen loves to design dies that build on each other. So the more KB Riley, Karen Berniston dies you have, the more stuff is in your arsenal to add to your cards. Okay, but wait, that's not all. So all of these are 20% off in our sale category. However, as I mentioned, building, once you figure out how to use the evergreen panel, which is so easy, the evergreen pivot panel, look here. We've also made heart pivot panels, and it builds the exact same way. The exact same way, same mechanism, just difference. It's the same, but different. The next one is the flower pivots. Is that not adorable? The next, we have all aboard a train. Are you kidding me? A train pivot panels. And you can put anything in these little cars you want. Any little animals, anything. You want to deliver a whole bunch of Christmas presents? Put presents in there. And then we have gifts to go with it. Okay, gift pivot panels works the same way. The die is the same. And she also has, for everybody's reference, one of our key components of our dies is to make them user-friendly. And on each of the pop-up dies, you will see there are instructions on the panel or on the package, but that's not all. Every time you go into our website and you find a pop-up die, there's an instruction video on there that Karen has created herself. I am a fanatic about Karen's videos. I cannot begin to tell you how wonderful they are. She has got this knack for teaching that makes it so simple. And trust me, I use them. And sometimes I have to watch them 2 or 3 times and I can pause them and then I know exactly what I'm doing. It's fantastic. And the last one is the house pivot panels. Isn't that adorable? Can you imagine those in all little gingerbread houses? Oh, I think I'm going to have to make one. But so all of these pivot panels work the exact same way as the one I'm going to show you today. And they are also all on sale. 20% off everything in the sale category. So you are going to love it. So let's get started with this one today. And it's very simple. So I'm going to kind of break it down. So here's your die. Okay. And in this die, she also includes lines to tell you where to fold. Okay. These are your fold lines. So you have cut lines and fold lines. And by that, I mean, so here's just the die that I just basically cut. All right. And I don't know if you can see that. I hope so. But there's a little line there, a little scored line there, scored line there, scored line there, scored line there. That's as easy as it is. So once you get done, you're going to have something that works like this. Now, you want to see how easy that is to do? I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't do it. Yes, you can. It's very simple. Okay. So first of all, we're going to find the little score lines and we're just going to start. Fold them over. And I normally do it front and back just to kind of work it a little bit. It helps your card move better. So the next one, I'm going to fold. Okay. And then we're going to do these two, these little guys. They're going to fold too. It's all that line. Now this is a little line right here. So you kind of have to take this one just a little bit more carefully. There you go. Normally I get it bent over and then I squeeze it. And if it doesn't get perfectly on that line, it's okay. So then the next one is our center. Okay, we're going to fold that forward. So everybody's with me, right? All we're doing right now is folding. You guys can do that, right? All right. And then I'm going to do this and do this. While I'm folding, this is the same line. I'll tell you, I told Karen that I wanted to create a video series. See, this one's just a little bit more challenging because it's a little fold line with little pieces. You just fold it over. Okay. And then fold this one over and that one over, and all we have left is the end. They're exactly the same on both sides. Okay. But I told Karen that I wanted to create a video series for dummies, pop-up dies for dummies, because that's what I feel like when I look at a die. It's like, I could never do that. And then she's got a massive following and they just love it and they can do everything. And yeah, not me. I've got to see instructions on YouTube or something. So now we have all of our folds going. So now the key is just to figure out which way it bends, right? Which is going to come front and which is going to come back. Here's the scoop. I had to figure out a way so I could remember. You're going to put your finger through it, and if you can see your knuckle, you have it folded the right way. If you put your finger through it and you can't see your knuckle, wrong way. So we're going to go back and we're going to fold it this way. And then if you just take it and squeeze it in, just like that, it's going to bend on its own. See what I did there? See how easy that is? Okay, let's go back over that. See how that works? Easy peasy, right? So again, when it's flat, we want to see our knuckle. I have no idea why. I just attach little things I can remember. I can see my knuckles, so I know it's the right way. These little pieces, you don't have to worry about bending because they'll bend on their own. So you just take it and just squeeze it in Take your finger out. Now, do not worry if it doesn't look square. It's not supposed to, okay? Not supposed to. So now, we're ready to attach this. That's all there is to it. There's your bendy part. All right, so we are going to, here's the card that I did. So we'll open that up. All right, so I just did a little preface. Now you want a card that is at least 4 3/4 wide, all right, which is an A2 card sideways, okay? Or you can do a 5x7 or 6x6, okay? So we're gonna open this up. I think I have it upside down. Okay, there we go. We're gonna open this up. Let me move this out of the way for you. You can find all of this stuff on KarenBerniston.com, okay? I don't think I told you guys that. So now we're gonna flatten this back out and just align it with our center line. So our center here goes with our center line. Easy peasy. I'm gonna take this end piece and just fold it back. So all I see are my 2 little tabs. Now, you guys know I love zip dry. If you've ever watched any of my videos, I love, love, love zip dry. Zip dry is not good for this because it lets you move it. Remember how zip dry lets you move? We want something that dries quickly, and we want something that just puts a little bitty bit of glue on it. Okay, this is the Karen Berniston fine tip bottle. Can you see how much I use it? This is amazing. You get a little bitty 18 gauge tip. We're just going to squeeze out a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here, and then all we're going to do is just tuck those under. Okay. And of course, it's not working. Now, if there's somebody that can make a mess out of glue, that would be me. Every single time I can make a mess. And I'm just going to hold those in place. And I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these 2 little tabs. Okay. Just like that. And I know you know what to do. We're just going to tuck them under. Tuck them under there. And tuck it under there. Make sure you're nice and square. Now, I forgot to mention, there's no right or wrong place to put this in the center. As long as you've got this lined up with the center, you can put it up really high, you can put it up, you can put it down low, it doesn't matter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, whoops, okay, so I rubbed the glue off that. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And hold it down. Give it a couple seconds, right? And then I'm just going to fold it together. Pull these out so they're out of your way. You're just kind of training the card to go where you want it to go. All right, that's all. And I just hold it for just, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. Now watch. Okay. Yep, I didn't get enough glue on. I'm always, if this happens to you, I'm always really cautious with this type of glue because I just make a mess. So sometimes you might have to just go back and just add a little more. It's okay. But there's literally, that's all there is to it. Now on these edge pieces, okay, because you want something that holds really, really well, and this is going to fold under, right? We're going to use, instead of this glue, all right, we're going to use just a little bit of double-sided tape. Okay, so I'm just going to put one little piece here, and I'm going to put another little piece here. Now you're going to want to do them both at the same time, which is what I did the first time. Don't do that, okay? Now, remember, we're going to bend this so that your things go inside. We are going to take one side at a time, tear off our tape, and we're going to fold this whole piece under. Now, you're going to want to just fold this under. That's not it. And trust me, I've done it, and that's how I know. Okay, so it's all going to get folded under just like that. Can you see that? I hope. Okay, we're going to fold it under, and I'm just going to lay it down. Then I'm going to turn it over. Do the same with this side. Take my tape off. Okay, I'm going to fold the whole tree and the tab back and lay it down again. Are you ready? Ta-da! Is that easy? I told you it was easy. 2 pieces of tape, 4 spots of glue. That's all there is to this card. That's it. Now you know how to do the mechanisms for all of the pivot panels in less than, oh gosh, I think it's like, what did I do? 5 minutes, maybe 10. Okay, so finally, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this little guy. Now, again, I would normally use zip dry. For this, I'm not going to. I'm just going to run a nice little fine line up here. All the rest of this card, from the front to the back, is all decorating. You can spend as much time as you want. Normally, I just spend, all my time figuring out all the pretty stuff that I'm going to put on it. Okay. Then when you're done, you're just going to take a pair of scissors and clip this off. Okay, your decorator dies, this little tree. Now, the great thing about Karen's decorator dies, I'm going to get them out and show you, is that they have these little holes. See these little holes? You can use those for embossing, or you can use them as stencils. It's really fun. So if you look at my original card, I hope you can kind of see the embossing. See the little dots where I embossed? And the little lines? All right, but you can also just take a pen, and I'm going to use blue because it's sitting here, which is kind of silly. But if you just put the tree back in its little hole, it acts as a stencil. And you'll notice a lot of these, especially on our animal dies, that helps you do the eyes and the mouth and the nose and all that good stuff. So, look at there. Isn't that adorable? And now you just simply glue them on. Okay, that goes there. You can do different colors if you want. There are little bows and stars and all kinds of stuff to add to them. And that's as easy as this card is, guys. And once you get done decorating, you can add bling, all kinds of stuff. I am going to go over just real quick the border blends. These are fantastic. You're not even going to believe how easy these are. These 3 dies right here. You look at them and go, okay, I can make 3 different borders. No, no, no. You can make all of these borders, okay, simply by changing out the interlocking ends. So if you add this one to this one, and I usually use tape when I run these through, little purple tape back here, removable tape, it'll create this border and this border and this border. Or you can switch them out and do them this way. And it creates a totally different border. And you just keep switching all of these out, and it will make all of these. And right now we have 2 different sets, but in just a week or 2, we might have another one. Yes, definitely, we're going to have another one. So that's your border blends. So I hope this has demystified how hard people think pop-up dies are, because they really aren't. They really aren't. They're super simple. And once I figure out one mechanism, I just want to make like a ton of cards, because people get that in the mail and they're like, how did she do that? Right? So I want you to go out and I want you to make some of these, if you already have the dies, and put them on our Peeps page. Go to our Karen Burniston Peeps page on Facebook. I love to see that. As just a quick reminder before I go, we have a sale category that you can get everything to make this card at 20% off. And these are the dies. Then you also get the other pivot panels on sale as well. So I hope you learned something today. I hope I showed you how easy this was, and have a fabulous, fabulous day. And happy Thanksgiving. Take care.
Hi, it's Kim from Blank Page Muse. We do rubber stamps, which I'm sure you're aware of. We've also recently bought another company called I Break for Stamps. So we have 2 rubber stamp companies, altogether probably 4,000 different stamp images. So I bet you can find something you like. Again, it's blankpagemuse.com and ibreakforstamps.com. Today I have a really fun, fast little project. You're going to use some leftover scrapbook paper, and then you're going to need a paper punch, whatever you have. I'm using a 1.5 inch round circle, and just some paper, brown papers, and whatever stamps. And then we're going to put it all together and make a fun little garland. All right, let's go. Okay, today I have a really fun little quick project. I want to make a paper garland with you. And there's one I just did for an example really quick at the beginning here. It's a great way to use up your scrapbook paper. Maybe you have a small piece, and just odds and ends papers we collect from doing backgrounds, whatever. It's a fun way to use these up. One of the parts I'm using are the paper bags. It's a paper bag that I use to send out the stamps in. And I'm just cutting it up. And it's another way to dig out maybe some supplies you haven't used in a while. I'm using my paper punches. I have a 1 inch punch and a 1.5 inch punch. I'm going to use some stamps. These are some of our new border stamps, and I'm going to stamp them on the craft color paper just in black, and then I'm going to cut a bunch of circles out of the scrapbook paper, and then I have some sparkly gems to put on at the end. So again, it's just a really fun little project. You can use it to decorate a mirror. You can make it more seasonal and put it on a tree or branch, whatever you want to decorate with. It's just a fun little thing. So let me scoot some of the stuff out of the way, and let's cut some paper punches out. And I'll set this here. We'll do the gems at the end here. Alright. There's one of the sheets. I've already cut a couple out. Let's see if I can keep these from blowing away. And all our papers are double-sided. And let's see. I just love the idea of a paper garland. It's so much fun. Paper is so much fun, and I always accumulate a bunch, and it's really you hate to throw them away, so this is a good way to use some of them up. And just gonna cut these out. I love these 2-sided discs. These are just so much fun. And I have that. I do a few more. Set them aside. You could do a lot of different things using them. Seasonal colors, whatever you like. Whatever you have. I have actually a paper box full of backgrounds and leftovers. It's a great way to use them up. But today I wanted to play with some scrapbook paper. There's a real grungy patterned one. Let's see. Get some of this really nice blue here. And a couple more from this one. We'll set the bigger punch aside, and I'm going to do some of the smaller 1 inch ones as well. And I know sometimes I do this to see exactly where I'm going with it. Just turn it over. Okay, I've got a couple of the different sizes, because then again we're going to take and make a medallion to go on to the string, and you could match them however you like. Okay, so I'm going to put the circles that I cut out beforehand on the paper here. And this is going to be fun because it's going to be very random. I'm going to take the stamp, I have it on the acrylic block here, and I'm going to ink it up. And then I'm just going to stamp over these circles as they're loose on the paper. They're going to stick like that. It's fine. I'm just going to let them drop off. And I'm going to stamp some of the other ones. And I just have all these wonderful little stamp details here. Let's try another stamp. How about? This is kind of a holiday sheet. I'm going to put these back on here. And I've got some little snowflakes here. Let's play with that one for a minute. Now we're just going to put some of the circles back here randomly. And that paper kind of sticks to the acrylic block, so I may have to just kind of move them around a little bit. And they're overlapped, it's fine with me. Just putting them down here, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp right over them. And I pick up, that's fine, they'll drop off. That's cute. And I just love stamping on craft paper. It's so much fun. And there's still enough ink on there. Let's get another impression. There we go. So you can do this with any sort of stamp you have, whatever you want to do. You can make a little border. Use your border stamps, mini stamps to decorate these. And I'm going to set those aside. Then I'm going to take some of the circles, the scrapbook paper ones, and decide which side I'm on the outside. Take one of the paper ones. I'm going to take a pen and the thinner paper one. I'm going to just press it in the middle and kind of push it up and gather it up so it looks kind of wrinkled. Just cup it. There we go. And I'm going to get several of those ready. Oh, there's two of them there. Let me separate that. I think this is definitely something fun you could do with in a group or even with kids, making some garlands like this. I know it's not new, it's just fun and maybe you haven't thought about it in a long time. Neat way to use some stamps and paper. Okay, I think that's enough to get the idea of where I'm going with this. Okay, I'm going to set those aside. I have these, and I'm going to have this string. I have strings, just little twine that I found at the dollar store. You can use any string you want, any ribbon, anything at all. And I'm going to go through and put the circle going to space them out. I'm not measuring it. It's just going to be kind of random. And let's do the hot glue. Put a little dot of hot glue on there. Just because it's faster and sets up quicker. Then I'm going to put the string in the middle of the dot and then take another circle and overlap it. Just match up the halves as best I can. Push it down so that it gets the string in both pieces of paper. Then we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put a small one in now just for a little size variation. I'm going to put it in here about there, I think. And then press down another one right on top. And then just keep going and adding on. Pick your sides of the paper if it's a double-sided. It's nice on a heavy spool so it doesn't roll all over my desk and get away. If you really wanted to make this fancy, you could do some embossing on these with your stamps and some embossing ink and maybe a gold powder. That'd be really pretty. Make it sparkly. There's so many ways you can decorate it up. I'm gonna do a couple more of these and then put the little flower paper portion on top. Hot glue threads. I don't know how to get rid of those. If you have any ideas, let me know. Okay. Alright, now I've got a few of those done. Now I'll go through and attach the little paper flower. For that part, I'm just going to use some regular Aleene's tacky glue. And just put a little dot right in the middle of the circle. And then take one of my papers and glue it right in the center. Do that. I'm not going to do it on the tiny one. I'm just doing it on the bigger 1.5 inch circle. And there's that part. Okay, let me scoot these away. And I've got this garland started. Now I'm going to go through and put the little sparkly sticker rhinestones in it. I have this sheet and I'm just going to pick them up. They're adhesive, so hopefully it sticks. And I don't have any special tool. I just pick them up with my fingers and stick it right in the middle. And then once all the glue is dried underneath, then I'll come through and kind of, you know, adjust the shape of the little brown paper a bit. Sometimes I like to put a little extra glue under these because the adhesive they come with, sometimes like this one, it came off on the back. So just to make sure they don't fall off or anything. And stick it in there. And I'll do one more real quick for you. You could even use a bigger rhinestone on it. You can use any size, whatever you have. Look in your stash and see what you have. It's kind of just a stash buster today. And there we go. That is the start of a nice garland. You can make it as long or short as you like. And I like because when you hang it, it's going to kind of spin with the weights of the flowers on there. So it'll kind of twirl and it'll be a lot of fun. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thanks so much. Have fun. And if you make these projects, share them. Share them in the Scrapbook Expo fan group. We want to see what you made. Okay? Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Hello, this is Tanya with Peddler's Den. Today we're going to be working with some of our Scenic Elements stencils. We're going to start by showing you the technique that we used to make these delicate looking winter scenes. To do that, we're going to be using our snow stencil and our whimsical cloud stencil with our semi-gloss cardstock. Now we're going to start by creating some snowbanks. To do that, I'm going to use a stipple brush. Now when I say stipple brushes, this is the style of brush I'm talking about. You've got the longer bristles. It's slightly curved on the end. It's not real blunt cut. The bristles are soft and pliable. You want to avoid the brushes that have really tight, packed, stiff bristles. They just really won't work. And not all bristles are the same. What I'm using today are brushes from Germany. They are a natural hair brush. They really are the best. But we also have some on our website that are much less expensive that also work very, very well. So we're going to start by building some snowbanks. Now, I'm going to use the stipple brush. There's a number of techniques you can use for this. And I'm going to be putting probably more ink on the plastic than I am on the paper. You want to avoid stabbing your paper. Hitting your paper hard doesn't put down more ink. All it does is wear out your brushes prematurely. So I'm going to gently tap across here. I'm going to pick up a little more ink. I'm going to gently tap across here. You can do a series of taps and swirls. If you don't like the grainy look of stenciling, because we're working on a coated cardstock, you can actually, once you get that wet, you can actually gently swirl and it'll smooth those out a little bit. So let's see, we want our snowbanks to be a little different angles. Down a little more here. And pick up a little more ink. And I think probably 3 layers of snow is going to be sufficient for this scene. Now I am using my Primrose Pink ink. This is one of Peddler's Den inks, part of our Making a Scene collection. I'm going to set that brush aside. I'm going to pick up my blue brush. Yes, I have a dedicated brush for each color. The brushes can be washed, but when I'm sitting working on a specific project, I try to have a dedicated brush for each color. Now, if you know anything about the color wheel, you know that when you combine red and blue, you get purple. So if you're combining pink and blue, it's going to give you a little bit of a lavender cast. I put my blue down and I'm going back and I'm adding a little more pink. And you can do that too. Okay, that's a pretty dramatic snowbank. You can make them more delicate with less ink if you prefer. But sometimes the camera washes my my work out. So when I'm filming, I tend to try to remind myself to put a little extra ink down so that the color's a little more dramatic. Okay, there's another one. So I'm just tap, tap, tapping very gently, not stabbing. And there we have some snowbanks. Now I pulled the blue up a little more here. The pink is up a little more here. As you feather that color out, you can kind of decide which shade you want feathered out there. You want to keep the ridges of your snow bright white though. I mean, that really does pop. Now we're going to transition to our whimsical clouds. We have multiple cloud stencils. This is our whimsical clouds. The blue that we're using today is robin's egg blue. I don't think I mentioned that. And many times, especially with the clouds, I don't use all of the stencil. I want my cloud banks to have slightly different shapes. They really shouldn't actually meet up because, you know, if you're looking at clouds in the sky, that's just not the way they work. So even though this is our whimsical cloud pattern, not our cloud trio, which is actually more realistic, I still want it to be somewhat realistic. Yeah, let's see, let's maybe have a longer bank here. Now I don't want to fuss too much because basically what I'm trying to share with you today is the technique. You can bump this whichever way you want it to go, but right now we have some snowbanks and we have some clouds. And at this point, you know, you can add whichever main images you want. This is one scene that we did. This is another scene that we did. And each time that we do these, remember, this is original artwork. So each time we do these, we get a little different result. Now, this is supposed to be a winter scene. So we're going to be using only pine trees or bare branch trees because, of course, in the winter you wouldn't have foliage with leaves on it. When you're creating a scene, you should remember that things in the foreground appear much larger than things that are far away. So we're going to do a foreground tree here. And it's going to be large. We ink it and we press firmly. And you want to give the ink a little bit of time to migrate from the rubber to the paper. You want to make sure that you've pressed firmly but not rocking and not pushing so hard that you distort your image. There you have it. Now, one of the things that is so much fun about these trees is if you want small trees like this, or if you want small trees like this, they're just the top portion of the overall stamp. So what I did was I took a Post-it note and I traced my stencil and I cut it out so that I had a fast and easy mask here. And if I'm going to use this, I don't want to get ink down here, so I try to cover that up as well. So we're going to put in some smaller trees. So I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to put one right here. Okay. Now, I think it might be good to have some up here too. So we're going to move this up. And I'm going to ink this again. And let's see, how about like this? And let's see. Let's do one more that's a little bit smaller. Alrighty. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. That's simple enough. Now on this one, we have one tucked behind here that is gray, because not only are things that are closer to you larger, but they're also more distinct. So by making this one gray and smaller, it pushes it into the background. This one's also a little bit gray. So that's another technique that, that you can use to help enhance your perspective. Let's see. I like to put some life in my scenes. And of course, winter is kind of a dead season. But many times you do see deer out foraging around, even in the snow. So we're going to put some deer right here. Now, they're a big bold image, and big bold images are easy to smear. So you have to make sure that you have even pressure without rocking. And even though it's winter, you know, there are some birds that do winter over. So you will see some birds in the skies. So we're going to put a few birds in the sky. And to be honest with you, I think we've been working about 5 minutes, and this is a scene. You know, you can layer that on here if you want. You can put a greeting on it, and you know, we have a scene just that fast. Now, another one of the scenes that we do is this one. And I'm going to quickly show you this one as well, because this includes the Whimsical Clouds stencil, but it also includes our geese stencil. Now, I have taken the liberty of pre-stamping this for you because it's big, it's bold. We normally use a platform on that, and it takes a while to dry. So we've already prepared this. We're going to go back and we're going to use our Whimsical Cloud stencil again. We're basically going to use the same technique we did on the other one. We're going to dust in some color. Remember, each one's a little bit different. Okay, you see those clouds kind of rolling up there? Now, I've been careful to avoid using the same exact pattern on top of each other. I don't know if you saw me. I put the stencil down and then I shifted it because I don't want to repeat. I don't want to stack those patterns. Your eye will see that and think that it just looks odd. Odd is not usually a good look. All right. We're almost done here. Now on this one, we actually put clouds in the water to show some reflection. So I'm going to flip this upside down, and we're going to do a little bit of the clouds in the water. Okay, now we're going to go back. We're going to pick up our robin's egg blue. We're going to go back and we're going to match our stencil back up. And we're going to start putting the blue tone in. And of course, by layering the robin's egg with the primrose pink, we are creating some lavender tones. But this is so fast, so easy, so relaxing. You know, it's hard to actually make a mistake. Now, you're going to like some scenes better than others, you're going to like some patterns better than others, but it's hard to actually make a mistake. See, I've got to line that up, got to find the pattern. And dust a little bit of blue in here. Okay, flip this around like we did before. Okay, that's good enough. Now, before we run out of time, I want to show you our geese stencils. This is our geese stencil, and to use them, we usually use our daubers. And it's best if you take some purple tape or something to kind of mask this so that you don't accidentally get ink where you don't want the ink. And at this point, you begin to fill in your geese. But one of the fun things about this has birds, bats, cats. One thing that's fun about this stencil is that you can actually lay it right over your scene and be sure of where you're putting this. Now, if you want to firm up the edges, if you don't want the edges of the geese to be a little bit ragged, you can put this back on later and trace around it with a black pen. So we're almost out of time. To finish this card up is very, very simple. We used one of the three of our cattails to do some framing here in the front. We have three patterns. I think the bold, if you don't have any of them already, the bold silhouette is the best choice, but all three of them will work. I actually used our still water to put in a few little lines here to accentuate the idea of water. And then many of our tree images can be used to frame out the top. This is our bare branch oak. This was used to put some branches in the upper corners to draw the viewer in. Other ones that are popular that work well for this technique are old tree silhouette and bold branches. So trees are very versatile in that respect. So I hope you've enjoyed your time with me today. I hope I've been able to show you how much fun scenic stamping stencils can be. I'm not sure I can get all 3 of these on here at once, but lots and lots of fun. Watch for kits on our website, and thank you for joining me. Goodbye now.
Hi everyone, Annie here from Stamp Anything, and today we're going to be making an adorable, cute little shaker ornament. So I am going to start off. I already pre-prepped my items. I'm using our Shaker Basics circle dies. It's got the solid bottom and then the frames. And I went ahead and cut out several of the frames out of chipboard. I like using chipboard as opposed to foam tape to get my thicknesses, to make the wall to hold those sprinkles that we'll be using. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start prepping this by just simply taking all of our chipboard frame pieces, and we're just going to put some glue on every piece, and we're just going to start stacking them together. This is an alternative way to do your shakers. Obviously, you can use your dimensional foam tapes. I just think it gives a much cleaner look when you use chipboard, and then it's all going to match up perfectly, and you know that you're not going to have any opening gaps that anything will leak out. The only thing here is, depending on the size of your shakers, how chunky they are, is going to determine how many of the frame bases you'll have to cut out to make your wall thick enough to house all of those shaker bits. Sometimes when you're doing with foam tape, you might have to do 2 layers if they're really high or chunky. So it's kind of the same concept. I do think this goes nice and fast, and you know everything's going to line up perfectly because they're all cut from the same die. So they're all going to just line up perfectly for you. So we're just doing our last frame bit here, and see how quickly it goes together. Especially with circles, putting foam tape on a circle I find to be a little bit more difficult than a square. So I really like using this on these kind of shapes as well. So now that we have our base down, I also cut out my solid background and my top frame. So now I can go ahead and take my solid acetate circle, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue that to the top of the frame. So we have our little window section. We're just going to place that on. And you're just going to want to make sure you get a good seal around. That way nothing is going to escape with your shaker bits. I also cut a piece of chipboard and some glitter paper, and I used one of our edger dies to give a scalloped edge, so that is going to serve the purpose of my little hanger, because I'm going to make this circle die into a Christmas ornament. So I'm just going to glue the glitter paper onto my chipboard. This is no exact measurement. I just cut a piece, and then I'm going to just trim it down to what I think is going to look best once I get my circle all set up. Okay, now my acetate should be pretty much almost dry, so now I can go ahead and glue on my top frame piece. So I'm going to go ahead, just show you what it's going to look like. It's the bottom, and then it's going to have the frame, and then here is the gold piece to make it look like the top of an ornament. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get our decorative frame glued down. And again, since you're using the same die over and over for all of these pieces, you know that they're going to line up perfectly together. And then you just want to clean out your acetate, and also if you have a powder brush, to go ahead and do it on the inside to make sure that you get anything that is sticky, whether it's glue or foam tape, so that your sprinkles aren't going to end up sticking to them. So I'm just brushing that off camera really quick to make sure nothing will stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in our cute little sprinkles. These are from our Holidayville grab and go box that was just released at the end of October. It is themed based on How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So these little sprinkles are perfect for that theme. It's got the color of the Grinch. It's got little Santa hats and hearts and all kinds of cute little holiday designs in there. So now that my sprinkles are in the base well, I can go ahead and glue the bottom portion, which is the solid piece, to close up my shaker. And again, you just want to make sure you go all the way around so nothing will spill out. And then you're just going to line up your bottom circle to your base of your shaker. And I'm just making sure it's even all around. And then there is the fastest and easiest shaker of all. So now my little topper, I think it's a little too wide, so I want to go ahead and trim that down a bit. So I'm just, again, I'm not measuring, I'm just guesstimating and eyeballing what I think is going to be a good size. I think the width is right, but I think now the height is a little too tall, so I'm just going to snip off a little bit there. And now we have the perfect cap to our ornament. So I'm just going to go ahead and now I'm going to glue that down. And now we have the look of an ornament. And now I have my colored image. This is our version of Cindy Lou Who. And we're going to be able to just put her off to the side and then add a sentiment, punch a hole in the top of our ornament. And she can be a gift tag, she could be an ornament, she could be whatever you need her to be. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some foam tape and just go ahead and foam tape her to the back side. And I'm just going to foam tape the one side of her that's going to actually be hanging onto the ornament. I don't have to foam tape the whole body when they're hanging off, so you can, save some of your materials that way. So it's just a matter of lining it up to see how much further you got to go out. And she can still get part of her face. Can still get, that one went off the side here, so let me just trim that. I'm just going to add some more just to make it a little bit more stable. And probably one more little section on that part of her head as well. That way it's all leveled up so you don't have, like if someone was to push on her, it doesn't sink in. So let's just grab all that, get our foam tape on. And now she should be ready to go. So now we're just going to go ahead and remove all of our backing tape. So just removing all of these pieces here. Okay, and then we can go ahead now and add her to the front, just to make sure she's nice and secured. And like I said, now all you have to do is punch a hole in the top if you want a hanger, and then we're going to add a sentiment as well. And then she'd be done. In our Holidayville box, you also have a boy version Grinch, a girl version Grinch. And these are all pre-colored for my projects that I was doing for their release. We also have Max the dog. He's so super cute. And then we even have the mayor and Martha May from the movie version, the live action version movie. And then there even was a Santa sack, and there's some presents. So there's a lot of stamps that come in our grab and go box. It's a really good value. It also came with this 3-dimensional sleigh die that you can add your images to, and then you can put, you know, a treat or something inside the box. You can use them as placeholders at your holiday table. Just super cute items that came in the Holidayville grab and go box. So now I'm just gonna see what else I want to put on here, and I'm probably just gonna end up putting a sentiment. In the box we also had a builder stencil, and I'm gonna show you really quick how that goes together. So with our card mat die, I just cut out my card shape. And then there's 3 layers to this die, this stencil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put down my first layer, which is the tree base. And these builder stencils make building up a background or a scene really, really super easy. And this one, I'm just going to go ahead and use our bamboo ink and hybrid ink, and I'm just going to really quickly and easily put down this lighter green for the base of our tree. And if your blending isn't completely smooth, that's okay, because you are going to be layering on it, and this is the bottom layer. Okay, and then the second layer, which is these layers of the tree, you can either do them in white embossing powder if you want it to look like snow, or if you have a really good white pigmented ink, you can also do that. I don't have my white ink handy, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make my tree an indoor tree. So no snow on mine. I am just going to make the branches darker in color to give it some dimension. So I'm just going to line it up, and because of the stencil, you can see the color you already put down, so it lines up perfectly. And I'm going to use the same exact green ink, but this time I'm going to go in and add a little bit more pressure so that it comes out a little bit darker in the same tone. But you could definitely use different shades of green if you have more than one green ink available. But as simple as that, we just added that, and now you have a cute little dimensional evergreen tree for your holiday. And now you have your third and final stencil, which would be adding the ornaments. And again, this you can do with, if you have more of like pigmented inks that are going to sit on top as opposed to soak into the paper, so that the colors are going to stay brighter. I'm using hybrid inks, so they are going to lose some of that vibrant intensity because it's going over that darker green, but you'll see that it still comes through just fine. And also you can, if you didn't want to stencil on the ornaments, you can use rhinestones or even enamel dots or whatever you wanted to make your ornaments. And you can also just do embossing powder or even colored pencils, or gel pens. There's so many different things that you can do if you did not want to go ahead and stencil this part on it as well. So I'm just making sure that I layer on as dark as I can with these colors to sort of at least let the color of the red show through as opposed to the green underneath. And I'm just trying to pick out my darker colors, like my reds, a darker blue, a darker purple, because something like yellow is not really going to show up very well. So here's our purple. We're just going to go ahead now and add in some more of the Christmas tree ornaments. And again, this is part of our Holidayville grab and go box. These items are not sold individually. You can only get it in the box. That's how you get the best value. I believe there was eight stamps and 7 dies in this box. You got the sleigh builder die. You got this builder stencil. You got a 24 sheet of 6x6 double-sided decorative paper. You got sequins and sprinkles. You got ribbon. You got glue and tape, and you got just all kinds of things that come in our grab and go boxes that just really make the value of it so much more affordable than if you were to buy each piece individually. And they are themed, of course, every single one that we sell. So it's a really great value. Basically everything you need to make projects is all contained in the grab and go box except for your coloring materials and scissors. You even get card bases for you to make your cards. So that even comes right in the kit as well. And these are usually a limited supply and a limited quantity. So when we do offer our grab and go boxes, kind of want to get them as soon as they come out. Otherwise, you have to wait for the second run from manufacturing. So this one just debuted at the end of October. And it's perfect for the holiday season. And now you have the ornaments on your tree. How easy and simple was that? And you can still, obviously you can see that the colors of the ornaments are different. We just couldn't do anything that was yellow. But again, you could add rhinestones, glitter. You could even take a glitter pen now and add your garland with some stickles or whatever you wanted to use to just to keep jazzing up your tree. And then I'm just going to take some yellow really quick because I just want to give the background a little bit of some more dimension. So I'm just kind of doing like a halo haze around my whole entire tree. And you certainly could have put this down first since it's a lighter color and your green could have gone on top of it. But I'm just doing it just to quickly show you how easy it is to use these builder stencils that we carry. So super, super easy. And you already have right there a backdrop for a lovely Christmas card. And then all you have to do is then take your little images or whatever your coloring is. You could even leave the tree like that and just add a ribbon and a sentiment. But we still have characters left over. So you could play around and make your little scene however you want. Put the Grinch with the presents and the dog. I mean, however you want to decorate it up. Because there's so many different images that you can use to make many different projects with a box. And then you can just stamp your sentiment. And then take your card mat and just glue that straight on to a card base. And that tree will also work on slimline cards, so everything can be however you need it to be for your project. And once you decide what you wanted to do, you would just go ahead and add your tape to your character. And put on all of your little finishing touches. And have a really, really wonderful little project when you're done. And you can see how quickly it would come together. And then you would just take that and glue it to your card base and add your sentiment. Super, super easy. So again, that was our Holidayville. And these are just some of the these are all of the images that come in the box. Like I said, there were 8 stamps. And you can see how they're all nicely themed, again, with that die. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next time, and have a great day. Bye.
Okay, welcome back. How fun was it to see Tanya again with Karen Burnister Pop-Up Dies? Burniston, I said Burnister, Burniston Pop-Up Dies. Tanya showed an amazing card, and I will absolutely vouch for Tanya when she says that there are amazing videos that coincide with the dies. I know I've said this before. When I used to do all the shows, It's Cheaper Than Therapy had amazing dies from Karen Burniston, and I used to just be like, oh my god, it's too daunting, they look really hard. But I'm telling you, with the videos that Karen provides with each die, it was so easy. I just made one last week and it looks so intricate, but it was so easy to follow. And the beauty of the video is that you could pause it, like Tanya was talking about, and like rewatch it or stop, until you do that process, and then you go on. So if you're sitting here going, no, that looks really hard, it's not. I promise, if I can do it and I'm not good at following directions, it's so fun. And think about giving this card that is so interactive and pop up and beautiful to a friend, or, it's just like a work of art. So definitely, if you're interested. How about all the things that she showed? First off, I love the origin story of how the two forces combined to make an awesome business. And then the different pop-up cards, the pivot panel. Think of all the things that you can put in that pivot panel card. So cute. I love how you can build up on that. Like I said, I did one myself. I have this die, or not this one, but something similar, and it was so truly beautiful. I love the product she used, which was the evergreen pivot panel, the border blends. I have that too, so I was all excited. I was like, ah! The birthday die and the rockin' rectangle pop-up die. So cute. I love that she's also offering the different pivot panel, like the heart pivot panel, the flower pivot panel, the train pivot panel, the gift pivot panel, and the house pivot panel. So cute. And I think that is included on the discount that they're offering today. So yes, definitely you're going to want to go and purchase and give your Christmas list, because those are must-haves for the cards that just pop open with you, that are just amazing. I also love the Karen Burniston fine tip bottle for the projects that they it dries quickly. So you kind of need that for when you're doing these pop-ups. So that's another must-have glue there. I love adhesives. I'm obsessed with all adhesives. So Karen Burniston is offering 20% off all dies used to make the winter trees card. And it will expire on November 19th. And so, yeah, definitely thank you so much, Tanya, with Karen Berniston Pop-Up Dies. So good to see you again. You did such an amazing job. Okay, then we go into Blank Page Muse, and what an awesome garland that Kim made for us and showed us. And I thought, you know, that was so pretty, such a fun project. Think of all the things that you can make that way. I'm sitting here watching and my brain is spinning because you could do it for every holiday. And you know, you never think you have punches in every, you know, in every shape, every size, and all the holidays. Like if you're like me, like I said earlier, I love to decorate for the holidays with many trees. I can make it here. You can make a garland with all of the things that are in your stash, but you're gonna want to visit Blank Page Muse website, and like she was talking about, the two, what's up with all these awesome companies merging here? That's so much fun. How she has the iBreakForStamps.com. I think between the two of them, she said iBreakForStamps.com and BlankPageMuse.com. There's over 4,000 stamped images. Oh my goodness, I love Blank Page Muse. I've said this so many times. There are such artsy, beautiful, different stamps. It was so rad to see her in Ontario. I know I had a lot of customers in my booth come by and say how they like loved the mega that she had, the make and take that she had made, and all her stamps were just so artistic and so awesome. So visit her website. I think it was so cute that she used that cyan paper bundle. I know she has different paper pads on her website, and so awesome. Just go and visit Blank Page Muse because there are such great stamps that she has there. So Blank Page Muse is offering shop online and save $10 with a 45 or more order using coupon code EXPOGARLAND, and that will be valid until December 31st and excluding shipping. And it says, come get to know us. And so, yes, I totally take advantage of getting to know Kim at Blank Page Muse. There's so much fun on that website. Okay, then we go into Peddler's Den with Tanya. And oh my goodness, I love the different techniques. It's oh my goodness, it looks like you're in a scene. And that's what it's called Making a Scene. Home of Making a Scene collection. And they have stamps, they have inks, they have stencils, they have retreats, they have classes. So you're going to want to visit the website. But how whimsical was that card? I love how she explains building that scene. Those inks were amazing. That black ink was so vibrant and so beautiful. I loved how she showed the different stipple techniques with that beautiful stipple brush, and how she combined the pink and the purple for like a lavender hue. Oh my goodness, that technique was gorgeous. Let's see, and then how she just added that deer to that first card and the birds. And don't you feel like you're in a Nicholas Sparks scene with those cards? It's just so beautiful. And then card 2, when she used the whimsical clouds, and then she turned the card around and used that same reflection stencil clouds to add the water. And and like she showed, it's so doable, it's so easy. So I need all of these stencils and stamps in my life. Yeah, just amazing. Bare branch oak stamp and the old tree stamp and the old branches. I think those are must-haves because they just build that scene so beautifully. So my gosh, Tanya, you showed us an amazing technique and I'll love it. And so Peddler's Den's coupon code is SS1113 and you get 20% off. And yeah, there's inks, stamps, stencils, bundles. Just visit the website. It will expire on November 30th. So you're gonna wanna get there and just get that Christmas list going for your family members because this is truly awesome. And last but not least, we go into Stamp Anything, and Annie always shows such fun cards and different projects. today she made an ornament and it was so cute with that little Cindy Lou Who inspired ornament. How cute. That was one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. So I love that she has a grab and go box. Like she said, I've bought in the past a few. The last one I think was the Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'm telling you, the value in those boxes are so much more than what you pay for it. So go to the website and visit the grab and go boxes. So cute. And I think she said that Holidayville is her one for Christmas, which is in like the Grinch Stole Christmas inspired. So adorable. I think that is a definite must have. I love the circle die and how she showed that ornament and how you could just pop it. She uses the technique of layering with the different chipboard so that the sequin mixes don't fall out. I kind of always, that one seems to be like my go-to because like I said, I'm not good with the shaker cards. So that was a fun thing that I've learned from her. Let's see, I love the gold cap. I loved how she colors. Oh my goodness, Annie, you color amazing. So yeah, just so fun. Let's see, I love all of her inks. She has so many different sprinkles on her website. Her chibi kids are amazing. I love all of her builder stencils, like how she did that Christmas tree, like just with ink, didn't even do anything, just the stencil with some inks, and that Christmas tree totally came to life, looked three-dimensional. And you know, if you have to mass produce your Christmas cards and you have to make 50 cards, I think a stencil is so easy. I loved how she added the yellow ink around the image to add that kind of illuminated hue behind it. That was just beautiful. So yeah, it just, everything Annie does, I love. So visit Stamp Anything for her amazing stamps and dies and sprinkles and inks and papers and everything. So Stamp Anything is offering 15% off using code BUILD15, and that will expire on November 20th. So that is a great deal. Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Annie, for amazing projects. But everybody today, wow, it is like mind-boggling how talented and the discounts that are out there. If you're like me, I know I have my list going for my family members. I hope that we've been not naughty, but good this year, and people will want to bless us with amazing gifts. So hand over that list to your family because there's some great discounts today. I just wanted to say next Saturday, there's going to be an amazing event. It's going to be Karen Berniston in cahoots with Riley & Company, a spotlight workshop. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is awesome. I kind of wanted to go to it to show you. Let me get there where it is. It is like, you don't want to miss it. I don't know. I mean, I want to attend myself. It is so awesome. There's a Karen Berniston mega kit included. Join the fun. Take this class with your friends or have your own private class uninterrupted. Some pre-cutting is required and instructions are included. It's going to be an online class featuring easy and versatile pop-up dies. This class will be focused on 3 required die sets: garden bench pop-up, street lantern pop-up, and tiny gnomes. This kit includes all of the pattern paper, cardstock, and specialty papers required to make an adorable fall-themed slimline pop-up bench card and a Christmas-themed pop-up street lantern card. Students will follow the prep work on YouTube video and detailed PDF handouts to prep their kits prior to the class day. It's just gonna be, there's just, oh my goodness, go on the website. You're gonna get there's different options in this kit also. There's a basic kit, there's a class kit, and then there's a supply kit. And you know, they're affordable for whatever kit you want, or if you just want to watch. I think that is so much fun. I'm looking at it. Go to the website on SSBE Shop at Home. It's just going to be fabulous. So next Saturday, November 20th, and it is the Karen Berniston Spotlight Workshop. I know you're not going to want to miss that one. It looks fabulous. Oh my goodness, I think I also see there's some other things coming up in this month here at Expo. So I hope that you're subscribed to our newsletter. It'll always give you a heads up of what's coming, and you're not going to want to miss that. But I just truly wanted to say thank you for being with us today. Thank you for all of the vendors that were with us. Wow, wowzers. Once again, I'm blown away by the, oh my God, the fabulosity in the day and the talent. And I just hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. Always remember to keep it crafty. Vickyville loves you. Bye.